Solly's on the pavement, counting coins and crumbs. Scrawny little shadow with a mouth that never hums. Lardy's in his bedroom on that tiny kid-sized bed. 35 and sulking with a flat world on his head. Scrolling all day long, thumbs gone numb and sore. Two lost little legends begging TikTok for more. Solly and Lardy, what a pair, what a pair, what a pair. Solly and Lardy,
high five the air.
Solly and Lardy,
all day, every day.
Every day, two flat earth clowns in a sad parade.
Solly talks big nonsense,
but he fades in the rain.
Hello, little hero,
with a million little pains.
Lardy's always sweaty,
Snack crumbs in his shirt.
Mom is down the hallway,
He still acts like a flirt.
picture on the wall there.
Round the world in a lie.
He points at it and cheers.
Like he's wise, like he's sly. Scrolling all day long.
Stuck in the same old loop.
One's got no home at all.
One's got a bedroom coupe.
Solly and Lardy,
What a pair, what a pair.
what a pair. Solly and Lardy,
High five the air.
Solly and Lardy,
All day, every day.
every day. Two flat earth clowns in a sad parade. One too skinny, one too wide. Both convinced they've won.
Both just glued to the screen.
Till the day is done.
Mum calls tea's ready.
He says 5 more minutes.
Then Solly hits the like and Lardy double dips it.
Solly and Lardy,
What a pair, what a pair.
what a pair. Solly and Lardy,
High five the air.
Solly and Lardy,
All day, every day.
every day. Two flat earth clowns in a sad parade. Solly and Lardy,
What a pair, what a pair.
what a pair. Solly and Lardy,
Still can't self-correct.
Solly and Lardy,
Spin, spin, fade away.
two lost buffoons on a sideways day.
And now, from the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
Hello, this is Whatcast, and I'm Matt. So, thought I'd jump on here. This is one of them random, never know when you're going to do it streams. I had a bit of a kip after work today, and I thought I've got a bit of time. Might as well go on and take the piss out of people on the internet. Why not? That's the way it's done, right? What else? If you've got a bit of time spare, and you think, who deserves my time? YouTube do, but also flat earthers on the Talk of Tick do, right? Because I know they miss me and they love me on there, and they always look forward to my lives so they can be abused endlessly and pointed and laughed at. They've all got a humiliation kink. So let's get straight on there then without further ado. It's not without further ado either. It's a French thing. It's adieu. Like that. Right. So here we go. TikTok main. I'm all set up, ready to go. Is that quite right? Not sure. Never seems to be that. That's it. That's perfect now. Big Fish version 10. We're going fishing. Let's say hello to the chat here before we do. Justin, hello. Fish, Arnold, Dan, Megan, Sharon. Is that all? Bob? Bob Noel? Daryl. I think that might be all for now. That's chatting anyway. There's more than that in here, but that's who's chatting. All right, let's go live. Why not? Let's fucking crack on with this piss about. All right, Dan. God damn it, you got... Fuck's my phone. You goddamn flurfs, where are you? Well, that on. Probably could do with my camera up a bit like that. Yeah. Bit better. Hello, Raven. Alright, not version. What do you want? When people do V these days, that's what they mean. They mean version, right? It's the internet shit, right? Let's get into my sock, as they call it. So I can start boosting my own live. My own biggest fan. Oh, hang on. Got to push that back over there. How we doing, Mick? That's it. All right, Ryan. Let's get this. I don't need this down here. All right, Robert. If you're on YouTube, please give generously to CK's implants that we're raising money for. Right. Shall I do a poll? I'll do a poll to see what the V stands for. All right, should we do that? All right, Wolf. All right, let's do a poll over on the YouTube here. What? Oh, that's a question and answer. I don't want that bollocks. Let's do a poll. Start a poll. What is the V in fish's name for? Version. Has anyone got any other options they want to add? I can't see it anyway. Very. There you go. There's my 4 options. Let's see which one wins. V for Vendetta could be. Flat Earth Dave always seems to be live whenever I'm live. It's a bit annoying really because I know he won't come in here. Volume. Alright, back up. Anyone joining south of South Africa? Nice. So you're either a globe or a liar. Yeah, I'd never call him ancient. I spoke to him once. He would never speak to me again. He wouldn't ever come up in this live. I would never go to their lives, to be fair, because you just get muted and blocked. Waste of my time. Earth's level and stationary, says Daniel. That's what we want to hear, right? And geocentric. Sun, moon and stars are all local. This is why we see them, says Says Johnny. I'm sure that this guy's trolling. I don't think that he thinks that. I've seen him around before, but let's see. Oh, I don't know. I'm already sending out the random invites to people. Is it Lo-Fi Guy? I've seen you before. Have I spoke to you before?
I think we have, actually.
Yeah, your name looks familiar. Okay, what's your flat Earth? Why do you believe what you believe?
Well, the comment, what you read, is true. Yes.
Well, the sun. How local is the sun?
I would respectfully guess that it's around 77 miles away.
77.
Yes.
That's very local.
Yes.
Within the clouds.
Yes, of course. We've seen the sun pass through the clouds, same as an airplane.
So hold on a second. So do you think that planes would have to map out to avoid the sun when they're traveling?
No.
Well, they go through the clouds, though.
Yes, a plane goes through the clouds. Yes.
So if the sun could be within that cloud, surely the plane would need to know to avoid that cloud.
No. The sun's not a physical. Do you believe the sun's a physical object?
Yes.
Oh, well, I understand that the sun is a light source, but it's not physical. It's not a physical ball in the sky, no.
What is it then? Something that a plane... surely, if it's just an apparent object, right, which is what I'm assuming you're going with, right? Is that what you're going with?
I just know that the sun's a projection of light. That I understand that, yes.
But surely still with like if you flew into a projection of light, you would know it, right? In a plane, you wouldn't... Doesn't matter if it's physical, you would know you was flying through the sun.
Yeah, of course. If you flew through the sun, you would absolutely recognize that for sure.
So they must have to avoid it then, right?
From what I understand, the sun is reflected off the second layer of the firmament. So you know how the heliocentric model, people believe that there's a stratosphere and then, well, the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the thermosphere, there's like different layers. So like just like 7 layers of heaven, there's like 7 firmaments. And so the second so technically we can never touch the sun because it's not within reach of touch. Like it's a projection of light for one, but the second firmament is where it's being reflected from.
Hold on, I'm just going to pull something up here. So someone's just reminded me of something in the chat. Find devices don't allow. Sorry, I'll be right with you.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. No, Laureen, I think that's how you see her name. Yeah, like that's why the Bible says 7. Well, it doesn't say 7 layers of heaven, but it does say heavens, meaning there's more than one layer to the sky, if you will. So, like, it would make sense too to how the phases of the moon work as well. Because there's water above the firmament as well. It's really bizarre stuff. Like, it's just, there's a lot to learn about it.
So this is the sun. Do you know Zamboni on here?
I don't think that's the sun, no.
What do you think this is then? Because this is with a solar filter. You can see the sun rotating there as like a physical.
No, that's not genuine reality, no.
What is it then?
It just looks like a computer generized video.
So that's gonna be that's gonna be what you say to every, anything I show you is just gonna be computer generated, right?
Well, I mean, if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. I wouldn't lie to you and tell you that that's real, like reality. That's not like reality, no.
So can you show me the apparent sun at all?
Well, I don't have to show you. We can see that outside. We just go outside and we see the sun.
Right, but so when you say apparent, is it apparent in a different destination for every human?
What do you mean by that?
So what I'm saying is, if you think it's within a cloud, like if it's sort of in a cloud, the apparent sun is in a cloud, right? Mm-hmm. So it would be within that cloud for everybody on Earth.
In that exact moment, are you saying like if you see the sun passing through a cloud right now?
Yeah.
Are you saying
That you should see it in that cloud too?
If I was local enough, yes.
And it doesn't matter. If it's within that cloud, it's within that cloud, right? So it doesn't matter how local you are. If we can both see the sun at the same time, it's within that cloud. If it's within that cloud for one of us, it's within that cloud for both of us.
From what I understand, that sounds about right, yes.
Well, I know this isn't true because I live in the UK and it's always cloudy, and I holiday in Southern Europe quite a lot. Vacation, whatever you would call it, and I have completely cloudless days laying around in the sun, and I phone home and they will say it's really cloudy here, we can't even see the sun.
So what is that? What does that prove?
That proves that the sun isn't within any cloud, because it would be for both of us. It's only like an hour and a half away on a plane. That's fairly local. So if the sun was within a cloud in the UK, it would be within that cloud in Spain as well.
It can be within a cloud. It's not always within a cloud. But we have all observed the sun go through a cloud before.
Right, but what I'm saying is if for you the sun is definitely within a cloud, then it would also definitely be within that cloud for me at that moment.
No, not at that moment, no.
Okay.
Unless we're in the same proximity.
I'm not doing that. Right. Everybody was telling me to kick him, so I think you're right. I don't know if he's trolling or not, but regardless, what we got here. Jesus was here or something, this is. Yeah, but you done this war criminal the other day, right? Who's that war
There
criminal?
he is, my favorite Brit.
How we doing?
Favorite Brit.
Have I converted you to the globe yet?
No, the globe cult that was forced upon us has. Oh, wait, I actually have something for you.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I bet you from now for the rest of your life, you will never find a flat earther who becomes a globie. It doesn't exist.
Well, that's never happened.
It doesn't exist. Do you know why?
Go on.
Because it's impossible for a human being to comprehend going back to a lie. That's why.
Are you familiar with Jeranism?
What's that?
Jeran, the biggest flat earther ever on YouTube. Are you familiar with his story or?
No.
160,000.
So how do you
followers.
stand? Are you still in the middle or you're globie?
I was never in the middle. I'm a normal person that just observes reality. But you just made a claim, and I can like debunk your claim immediately with numerous
There's no such
names.
thing as a yes. There's no such thing as a. You will never find a. All you will find throughout the rest of your life is globies becoming flat earthers.
Okay,
It's a
can
one-way
everybody
street.
in the chat, like in case I
The
forget,
reason why it's a one-way street is because people, when they find the truth, they cannot go back to the lie.
so why am I about to give you a list of people that
The
definitely
one-way
didn't
street.
do that then? So Jeran, look up Jeranism. He might even be knocking around. He's getting more active again these days. But he went to Antarctica and saw the 24-hour sun and completely changed his mind on his entire 10-year worldview, and got completely annihilated for it by the flat Earth lack of community that they have. And it was not only him; it was Patricia Steer. It was also a massive flat earther. She was they was both in the movie Beyond the Curve as flat earthers at the flat earth conventions and stuff. There's also numerous other people, even on this app as well.
So, do you think, just at a general standpoint, Do you think that it is
Oh yeah.
highly suspicious?
Is it Robbie Davison? There's a guy that used to do all of the conventions as well, and he's also flipped. He was the one that used to organise all of the flat Earth conventions. He's no longer a flat earther. Ranty Flat Earth is no longer a flat earther. He's called Flurspective or something now. No, Paul on a plane. He's switched. Lisbeth Acosta, she also went to Antarctica as a flat earther and came back not as a flat earther. So your first claim is completely wrong.
Okay. Can you hear me?
So
I just
take
wanna
the
know
L
if
on
I'm
that one.
muted. Am I here or am I muted?
No, I don't mute. I don't mute unless
Okay.
people continuously
okay.
overtalk.
So, do you think that it's highly suspicious that the one way to prove this is, hey, let's just go to the edge and figure it out? But then it's like, oh, wait, the government has all these treaties with 200 different countries. Like, what? And we can't go there?
Which so
that's-
200. So
You don't
was
think
it?
that's highly suspicious?
So was it you the other day when was it you that said 200 countries?
Yes,
Like,
you called me war criminal, I think, so
Yeah,
we can stick with that.
yeah,
You remember that or no?
I do. So, but I pointed out to somebody the other day, it's only 58 countries for a start. And also, people do go there, like a lot. And you
I know, but what you're talking about is this. It's like bringing someone to the Bronx Zoo. It's like, here you go, here's some animals and leave, without showing you a damn thing. It's so controlled, it's funny.
but you can go to the South Pole yourself. All you need is to get the right documentation to do it, right?
Okay. So, I think that it's highly suspicious that you're just not allowed to go. You're not allowed to find out. So they closed that door on us. So,
I've just
it's,
pointed out that they didn't close that door on us. So you can literally do that yourself.
Okay. Well,
You
so
can book a
maybe
trip
if I
there
was a
yourself.
billionaire,
If you wanted to
I
go
would
to the
go.
South Pole, you could
But
go
the
to the
common
South
man
Pole.
does not have financial means and all this to just go, and you know it, and I know it.
Do you like?
Maybe if I was a rich man.
Hold on a second. Are you a fan of Flat Earth Dave at all? Do you ever
I
watch?
don't know who Dave is.
Because Flat Earth Dave has constantly said, if you ever go to Antarctica, this will prove it. And he got offered a free trip to Antarctica to prove it and turned it down. Does that sound like an honest man to you?
So look, I know you know why they call it flat Earth? It's to make it look ridiculous. Flat. Like, flat's just a funny
You
thing.
jump
I don't know.
around a lot, don't you?
We should call it level Earth. We have to switch the whole thing up. We have to sound scientific, sound professional. It's a level Earth. Level sounds better. It's level. It's the same ending. It's the same meaning. Just call it level. What's the big deal? But they keep it flat. No, let's call it level from now on.
Yeah, but level doesn't mean flat. So level Earth could still be a sphere, right? So that's why they don't call it that.
So, and also, I think we talked about this. It's level, and it's very important that you understand it's all three. It's not just level. It's not just flat. It's level, geocentric, and stationary. We're not rotating. We're not moving. We're 100% still, completely still. I think that the Bible is 100% correct when it says the earth is on four pillars. I believe the word of God. I don't believe the word of textbooks. So basically, you believe textbooks. I believe the Bible. You believe words written by man. I believe words written by man, allegedly. I think the Holy Spirit was involved.
I believe my eyes is what I believe. I couldn't
That's
care less
basically
about
where we
anything
stand.
else.
I believe a book with words. You believe a book with words, and we're versing each other. There's no
I don't think
like
I've ever read a book about the globe, to be honest with you. I
every
just
textbook
observe a
you've ever
sunset
read
and
was just a
the
book
stars.
with words that a man wrote. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So you can't bring, it's just a bunch of words.
Hold on a second, I've got to do this. So, Tay on a leg says, Flurf fishing, has this man been fishing in the waters above the dome? Not my reality. Why waste good fat?
Can I ask you another question?
Hold on, I'm reading out this.
This
is the... No, you hang on a minute. This is money, right?
Okay, you're right. I'll hang on.
I'm just looking for a relocation program. Cheers, Tay. Try not to run around too much today, Tay on a leg. Right, go on.
Let's get into some more interesting topics. When you look up, why do you see blue?
Rayleigh scattering.
You're going to say water, right? But water's clear. So why do you see blue when you look up?
Rayleigh scattering.
Couldn't you just see black if we're in space? Black only forever?
It's a bit
What's
racist.
the blue about?
You're just being racist now.
So when you look up, you see blue. I'll explain. But do you know why you see blue?
No. I just told you 3 times, but you go ahead and tell me why I see blue.
I think I'll just give it to you straight.
Yeah.
Because God's throne is a blue color. That's why. Yeah.
It's a bit of a shit colour for God, isn't it? I think it'd be at least be gold.
Well, that's.
Do you want a
that's
gold
the-
throne? God, no, I'll have blue. What the fuck would you do that for?
It's I don't know what it says something not sapphire. I gotta look. You want me to look it up now?
Not very
exactly.
bright.
Topaz. I forget exactly, but whatever that stone is, that's the color of blue, and that's the reason why we look up. It's biblical. It's all biblical. And yes, there's water above the firmament. I do believe that as well.
Cool. Well,
So,
doesn't
you know.
good job the firmament's impenetrable then, isn't it? Otherwise we'd all be...
Yeah, and you know what? If rockets went straight up, we wouldn't be having this argument. They like to curve over to the ocean, and nobody sees it ever again. Go
Nobody
straight
sees
up.
it.
Why does it have to
Nobody sees it.
curve?
Literally,
Come on.
literally everybody sees it, and they
The only curve is that damn rocket fucking curving into the ocean.
it's going
They
into
shoot- That's,
orbit.
that's all. Yes, I know. You're saying it goes into space. I think going to the ocean is a lot more realistic.
It goes into.
It curves.
You need to relax today. Come on, I'm
It curves.
not your enemy.
No, well, that's the only curve that's going on, and you know it curves. Go to Florida, go to wherever they launch them. That goes right into the Bermuda Triangle, conveniently right next to where they're
No,
launching.
I
mean,
can
come
see you,
on,
Megan.
It's just so easy to figure out.
I can see you, Meg. I don't block people. Who's the other guy here? Baller
You
Library.
know who I
The
am, man.
Bermuda Triangle, where NASA shoots all their rockets. Big deal. Not a big deal.
Right, hold on a second. Who's Baller Library? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they chose Florida as a location on purpose, right? Because why would you do it in the middle? Then you would have to land on people's heads. So they chose Florida on purpose. So the water's right there. I mean, it's just that easy to figure out.
Hold on, I'm trying to speak to the other guy. Shut the fuck up a minute. Right, hello, Baller Library. Hello.
Hello, you know me. It's Gladiator.
Oh, hello, mate. Oh my goodness. What do you think of this guy down here with his scattergun?
No, I wanted to actually ask him a question. Like, obviously, you're using like the Bible to support your views. Do you not maybe see how like if you're trying to like tell people that they're living a dogmatic worldview of the globe, but then you're just kind of like pushing the Bible, like it's not really helping. So I actually do have a critique of the fellow flat earther.
Fair.
Well, I haven't seen any lies yet. Everything I've seen that's biblical, I see right now with my own two eyes. It says that God made two lights. One light to rule the day, and one light to rule the night.
You
He
almost
doesn't
got
say
it
he
wrong
made
then.
one light that reflects off the other and does all this hocus pocus garbage.
But it
It's
clearly
just two
does
lights.
reflect off of the other, doesn't it?
just
Because
two
it always
lights.
reflects in the direction of the other, doesn't it?
I
It's
think I
always.
explained the moon is its own light source and the sun is its own light
Yeah,
source.
but
The moon is just on dim. That's all. It's basically two suns. One's on dim and one's on
Can you
high.
explain how it's its own light source and like why it always completely matches where the sun is in relation to it, which part of it is lit?
So it's all biblical. Like now
That's
you're
not
going
an
to say,
explanation,
oh, the moon.
is it?
Hold on, you're going to say the moon gets its light from the sun, it reflects it, does all this hocus pocus. The
not
Bible
hocus
doesn't say
pocus.
that. The Bible just says it made two lights, just like I'm saying. I'm actually telling you the sun and the moon are the same size, exactly the same size as per eclipse. So everything is pretty easy to figure out. You've just been blinded so badly, it's hard to see. And I'm coming at you from the other side, unblinded, no curtains. I'm giving it to you from the government's point of view.
You still didn't put a shirt on though, did you?
So I haven't seen any flaws with the Bible or what I see today. It says the earth is immovable. We're not
Talking
moving. I don't
snakes,
feel like I'm
talking
moving.
snakes.
Yeah,
and all
but the
that.
problem is like most of these people don't believe in the Bible.
How do you-
man. So like
you
if you're
really
using that as your number one proof,
Hold
like,
on.
you're not gonna
In
come
a
into it.
nutshell,
Like trust
you
me.
believe that you're on a spaceship rock right now?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Yes,
I'm
you
with
do.
you, brother.
No, he
You're on
doesn't.
a
He's a
spaceship
flat earther.
basketball
I'm with
rock.
you, bro. I'm with you.
You're on a spaceship basketball rock, and I'm
He's a
telling you.
flat earther! Will you fucking stop
Oh,
and listen for a minute? For fuck's sake!
dear.
Oh, he
Endlessly
is. I'm
talking.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought. sorry.
I'm with you, man. And like I do
He
agree that
wishes
the
he
Bible
wasn't with
supports
you.
a
I
lot of
haven't
it.
seen any lies or flaws or anything
No,
that's
but I'm not
off.
saying that. I'm not saying that. Like, hear what I'm saying, right? Like, these people do not, they're not into the Bible at all. Like,
That-
so if you're coming
yes.
with them, like, saying the Bible says so, like, I'm not denying that. Like, a lot
Yeah.
of the Bible is, yeah, it relates to a lot of it, like the Book of Enoch and all that. But,
The Book of Bollocks.
yeah, that's the
Well,
see. So
what
how
I
are you going to
think-
come at them using that when they're just going to disregard it? Like, I tried to come at them within their own worldview and they disregard it. I come at them with some
You
science and
disregard,
they
I think-
Gladiator, you
everything
disregarded
is
every
simple.
piece of evidence I've ever shown you.
No, because you keep saying like, how does the sun set on the flat Earth? Like, that's the most easy thing, like, to
It's
understand.
weird that you've never explained it then, isn't it? If it's
Of
easy.
course I have.
Yeah,
Of
go
course
on.
I have.
Try again.
I've
Then.
tried to explain how perspective works and how it's easily explainable
Yeah.
by the idea of perspective.
By making
Yes,
up
within
what
a
perspective
current-
means.
Convergence. Have you looked into convergence, things like that? That's how it explains how the eye works. I can only see for 30 miles. No one really studies the eye. They think they can see.
Did
far
either of
enough.
you? So I was on Sunday. There was a bloke on here that was trying to tell me that that you can see the Statue of Liberty from Liverpool. It was a
Well, that's
flat
just ridiculous. I disagree with that.
Yeah, that's impossible. What do you think? You're Superman?
No, I don't think you can do
Jeez.
it. He said he got that information from Flat Earth Dave.
My gosh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's people who believe in the flat earth that are crazy. Just like there's people
What
who
about the,
believe in the globe earth that are out their mind. And like,
What about the 24-hour sun
But-
on the South Pole that was documented by the final experiment?
yeah.
I think, frankly, the
Which
debate's
no
over.
flat earthers talk about that. They literally just say, "Oh, that was fake." Whenever there was flat earthers.
Well, I mean, I don't say it's fake. So
there was also flat earthers that were
Can I just say
I'm
something?
sorry, Gladiator.
No, no, no.
Gladiator believes it, but thinks it's explainable on the Flat Earth, but won't tell me why it is.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go on.
I just
Because-
want everyone to know.
Yeah, because you
that
ain't said enough
globe-
so far.
No, wait. I just want everyone to know that globe Earth and all this stuff that we're talking about right now is all new stuff, like 1950s, 1960s introduced. Before
really?
that, in the 30s, hold on, let's talk about early America in the 1930s and 20s. They taught the Bible straight out the classroom. There was no globe.
Yes,
That was
there was.
ridiculous. Also, Universal Studios has a globe. They came out in the 1920s. How'd they know the Earth was a globe in the 1920s? Universal Studios. Did they
Because-
magically
Also,
know?
the Greeks. The
No,
Greeks knew
they- I
the
thought they
Earth was a
didn't see
globe.
anything till the
People have known it was a
1960s.
globe for
So
about
clearly-
2,000
The
years.
Greeks-
No,
the Greeks were
I
the
don't
first
buy
ones
it.
to do
I think
this.
it's just a religion.
If you do a bit of research, the Greeks were the first ones to realize the Earth was a globe.
Well, they didn't
And-
realize
and
it. They
basically-
proposed the idea. They didn't realize
I think
it.
everyone thought the Earth was flat, motionless, and basically
Yeah,
biblical
you
all the
can-
way up
Yeah.
until the 1960s. And
If
this
you,
is a
if
new
you
one.
pay any attention,
It's not
if you
new, it's
hold
very
on,
old.
shut up. If you pay any attention to the sky, you would immediately think that we were on a globe.
If you think looking
I-
up at
I
the
don't
sky
think so.
dictates what the ground is,
I do, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, then,
You
but
see
that's
the
like,
clouds move, right?
illogical.
Do you think the
not
Earth is
illogical.
moving or the clouds are moving? What's your first thought?
If
see
you
clouds
can't do
moving?
any other tests because you're living 2,000 years
You can
ago,
assume
so you're
the
just
clouds are
observing
moving.
how
The sun
things
is
are
also
surrounding
moving.
us, then you
Okay.
would go by that, and you would say,
Okay. So let me hit you with this, right? You're talking about Aristotle and his, like, he proposed the idea of the globe and he did the
"Hit
famous
me with
test.
it, hit me with it."
Well, he also believed that the Earth was geocentric and everything went around the globe. So, why do you attach yourself to that belief as well?
Geocentric.
Or would you throw him under the bush on
A
that?
geocentric
level
globe.
and stationary.
Yeah, geocentric-
All over.
okay.
Aristotle
It
believed
would
that the
be
Earth was in
really
the center.
hard. It would be really hard for anybody to decide back then when they're only looking at the stars that whether we are moving or the sky
But that's
is
all
moving.
we do now. Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
All
but
we do
so-
now
so,
is
so
focus
you're
on-
conceding it is a globe then? 'Cause
No.
that's my claim.
No, because you can look at the stars and determine that it's actually in the center as well. It's mutually exclusive, and
there's-
that's according to relativity, which is.
But there's 2 points of rotation that you can never explain to me. Right?
No. See, now you've just gone over to flat Earth. We were just talking about the center.
What
We
do you
weren't
mean I've
talking
gone
about
over
the
to
shape.
flat Earth? There's
You
no.
just said two points of rotation.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with whether it's us moving or the sky's moving.
Regardless,
You're getting into geometry.
it means it's a sphere, correct?
No,
Yes.
that's a possible explanation.
Tell me how. Again, I will show you this. Tell me where the second point of rotation could possibly be on that.
Yeah, it's an apparent rotation from your position on the surface of Earth, like wherever you are.
But that's
Can I
not
actually-
that you realise. I don't think you're a fucking idiot, right? I don't actually mind speaking to you. I think you're
Can
all
we
right,
jump
and
into
you
the
don't.
seasons and the most
Shut up!
important?
You in a minute, all right? For fuck's sake. So, with this here, you say so. Basically, Polaris is where it is. No problem with that, right? And then, like every other flat earther, I just think, are you being dishonest, or are you just? I haven't got an explanation. I have to say something, so I'm going to say apparent. All you guys say from the equator south way is apparent. Apparent
Look,
sun,
it's
apparent
apparent
sky,
everywhere.
apparent
It's all
this,
apparent
apparent that.
everywhere.
Everything does exactly what we need to do. The globe doesn't need to change anything.
all apparent in the
Everything
north as
matches the globe. But for a flat Earth, it's all apparent, and we just accept that.
Okay.
If I told you that if the
you're-
sky, and I've said this to you before, if the sky matched a flat Earth, and I said to you, I don't care that the sky matches a flat Earth, that's just apparent, you would rightly say, What the fuck are you talking about?
But I do say that when I bring up the fact that it looks like we're stationary in the center, but your side says that's an illusion. So in that instance, we have the more simple argument.
Yeah,
Does
but
that make it true? Because you're saying
I'm-
that, oh, well, 2 points of rotation is
Yeah,
more simply argued
I'm
with a globe.
I'm conceding
That doesn't
your
make it true.
for argument's sake, I'm conceding your geocentrism, but you still think it's flat, and I want you to explain
Yeah.
how.
No, but I'm trying to point out how just because something has a more simple explanation doesn't mean it's true. Like you talk about Occam's razor, and it's a good thing to go off of, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it's true. So if I'm saying, hey, if the Earth was flat, then the horizon will be flat, and we go out
Okay,
and we see the horizon looks flat.
Let's do a
therefore it's
thought
flat.
experiment
Well,
then.
no,
So
that
basically,
wouldn't be the case.
if you and I were standing on a field, and there was a raging ball at the other end of the field running towards us, right? And I said, fuck, look at that ball. It's going to fucking come here. We better run because that ball is coming right at us. Would you then believe that ball was coming right towards you? Or would you listen to some bellend over there saying that's just an apparent ball that's not really there? It's actually coming from that direction.
I trust you. I'd be like, yeah, I can clearly see that ball's coming towards
And
me.
you
I'm not
can
taking
clearly
that
see
chance.
where the sun is as well, right?
Yeah, okay. So you can clearly see that the sun moves over top of us every day and resets every single day.
It
So
resets.
therefore, it's the sun that's moving and it's not us. We're stationary.
It's the sun
we
going
talk-
in two different directions. When
Can
you're
we talk about
south or
sun
north.
paths? Can we talk
Well-
about the Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer, and the equator and the sun paths and why it is the way it is in the seasons?
If we must.
Okay, it's very simple. Once again, everything's easy to figure out, but we've been blinded. So there's three. We could call it a train track. Let's just say that the sun is on a train track. You want to bring up that flat Earth thing you had there in the center again? Now
What
on
with
the
the,
outside,
24-hour sun
now
on
on
the
the
South
outer
Pole?
layer, that's the Tropic of Capricorn. The very middle
not.
is equator, and the very inner one. So imagine three lines. The inner one is the Tropic of Cancer, right? So these are the three train tracks. As the seasons change, wintertime.
I'll try and do this. Hold on a second. Keep going. Keep going.
In the wintertime, the sun is on the outermost track, which is the Tropic of Capricorn. That is the wintertime. That's why it's so cold. The sun is far away. Okay. Now, in the summertime, it's on the equator, and it just fluctuates back and forth on these tracks as the seasons change. It goes back and
Everybody
forth as
knows
it's
the
going-
claim. Right?
Yes. So there's three, you know about the Tropic of Capricorn, the Tropic of Cancer, and the equator. There's three circles. Those are basically the three train tracks for the sun season. And it just varies. It goes in and out as it goes in a circle. It's very slow, obviously, seasons, months. And again, in the
It wouldn't be
wintertime,
very slow, actually.
in the
How
wintertime,
fast would the sun? Have you got any idea how fast the sun would have to be going if it was local?
Okay, so it takes 24 hours to do one revolution, and
But what
as you're
speed
looking
would
at
it need to be going?
it goes clockwise, just as you're looking at it
That's
right
not
now.
a
The sun goes
speed.
clockwise.
Clockwise
So
isn't a
that's why-
speed.
Okay, ready? So that's why in New York you see the sun rise, and in California it sets because it's clockwise. The sun goes in a circle.
Clockwise isn't a
and it's
speed.
just like that. Just like that. It's very easy to figure out. It does clockwise. It goes in a circle, nonstop, 24. So big circles
that's a
and
good
forever
question.
and ever.
So Dave McKeegan's in my chat on YouTube, right? Dave McKeegan went to Antarctica in 2024 in the summer in the southern summer solstice, right? And when he was in Chile before they went to not just Chile, when he was there as well. So he was in southern Chile before they went to Antarctica, and the sun was south of him in southern Chile. So if your sun is on these tracks and going between these two tropics, it would only ever be north of southern Chile. So why did Dave see it to its south?
I don't know
to
which
his
way he
south?
was looking. It might have been a 50-50. He might have been looking the other way. I have no idea.
Oh well,
So-
well. Anyway, when he was in, when he actually went to Antarctica, it went south of him every single day because it did loops around his head for 5 days. So what about that?
I can't answer. I don't know.
Oh, you probably shouldn't be bringing this up then. If
I don't know
you're
where he
going
was
to say
walking.
that
I don't know.
if you're going to say that the sun is always
No,
north of
well,
southern
it's
Chile,
easy. Well, hold on a
I've
second.
just
So
disproved
I
that.
can explain the time zones very easily, and
That's
you
got-
can't. So, for example,
this has got nothing to do with time zones.
Yes, no, it's very easy to figure out. The time zones, the sun is noon. Can we just wrap our minds around this? The sun is noon. There is no time. The time is the sun. The sun is time. Wherever the sun is, it's noon. So at 12 o'clock noon in New York, you will see that it's 12 o'clock in New York. Very simple. The sun is basically above your head, more or less above your head. It could be a little north, a little south, whatever. But it's more or less above. Noon, sun is to noon. So as it goes to California, you'll notice we have night basketball games and stuff like that. It's a different time zone. Why is it 6 o'clock in California, but it's already midnight, 10 o'clock in New York? Because the sun is over there. The sun is above California. It just goes round and round. That's why there's different time zones. The time zones can be easily explained.
So again,
I don't know how the Globies explain the time zones or the seasons, but I had no idea.
So why was the sun south of Dave when he was in southern Chile?
I haven't seen you bringing that up again. I don't know, Dave. I don't know where he was looking. I don't know anything.
Well,
about
I myself GPS tracked him there, so I know he was there.
I don't know.
This was the final experiment.
We can talk about the time zones, California, New York. We could talk.
I don't want to talk about the time zones anymore because you're just ignoring everything.
But it's easy to figure out on a flat Earth. It's so
but you can't even tell me why the sun was south of him in Chile, so I don't actually give a fuck.
I don't know. Well, you're bringing something up that just can't be answered, so I don't know.
Yeah, so why are you continuously pretending?
Yeah, it can't be answered on your flat Earth model.
You're going to have to talk to someone who knows more about this man and what he's seen and what all that. I don't know. I just don't know. That's I explained the time zones, I explained the seasons, the tracks, everything's been explained. It's so easy, but the Globies they give all these weird, hard, difficult.
If it's so easy, why are you struggling so bad? Why are you struggling so bad to explain it?
This thing, it's just, for example, I just gave you the simplicity, the most simplest, easiest of easy kindergarten easiness. But when it comes to Globies, my gosh, they make it so hard to understand. Only if you wear a white lab coat you can understand, and only if you have a degree in Yale, right?
I can understand that there's a guy in my chat that was literally there seeing the sun to his south, and you can't explain.
White lab coat. The white lab cult. So I'll say a priest said this or whatever, and you'll say the white lab cult guy
priests
said
generally
that.
molest kids. So I'm not really interested what they say.
So it's anyway. I call it the white lab coat. It doesn't matter what they say. It's like fact as soon as it leaves their mouth, and I don't like that. I think it's bullshit.
Cool.
White lab coat guy said so. It's science. No.
Gladiator, Gladiator, you got anything sensible to say?
It's a cult.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of people have explained how the 24-hour sun could be possible in Antarctica.
Who?
Plenty of people have come to realizations of what could do it. So, like, obviously, but before the final experiment, it had to be known that the sun we see and the astronomical bodies we see are in an apparent position. Like, obviously, it wouldn't work if there was only one physical location of the sun. Like, but then how do we verify that what the sun we're looking at is the actual physical location? Because even in your paradigm, in your own model, you say that the sun we see
and matched them up everywhere.
But wait, just let me finish.
It wasn't a reflection.
What do you mean it wasn't a reflection?
So it couldn't have been anything. The only thing it could possibly have been was a reflection off of the dome, and they accounted for that with the experiments that they did and the observations that they made and the videos that they took.
Okay, but
I also think there was 2 flat earthers that came with them, or 3. There were a few. 4 flat earthers. I think someone also got offered to be thrown out, and they didn't want to go.
Yeah, flat Earth Dave. Yeah.
Flat Earth Dave.
Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't want to go to Antarctica either. It's pretty scary, but I don't know. Like, going and look, like, you have to understand that, like, just because we look up in the sky and we see the sky move in a certain way, that does not immediately dictate that correlates to what we're walking on, what the ground is.
Very good evidence, though, isn't it?
No, but why would it be good evidence if we have no experience outside of being on the ground on Earth?
Because it's
like the best evidence your side is this claim that allegedly, like, a few people have been sent out far enough to then turn around and take a picture of the globe, like. But then obviously that's a whole can of worms that it's like, okay, are we trusting only photos from the government? Like, okay.
I'm gonna
like looking up at the sky is not.
I'm gonna let
that doesn't prove it.
I'm gonna let Kota do some maths now. Hello, Kota.
But I've explained to Kota how much maths doesn't prove anything.
Cool. I was just, War Commander said that we can't explain anything without having a degree.
His name's War Criminal, by the way. You got to call him War Criminal.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, 1,000-word answer was to be specific.
I'm going to give you a really easy understanding. It's really easy, actually. Okay. So Earth tilted, right? So as Earth go around sun, sometimes the top half leans towards
That's a
the sun.
heliocentric religion you're speaking about.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm telling you about my model, right? The model that I would adhere to.
I'll listen.
And
I'll
I'm
put
telling you
myself
about it
on
in a
you.
really basic way, because you don't need a
Yeah, but you'd have to be
degree or a lab
condescending in
coat
your
to
tone of
understand
voice.
it.
You'd have to be condescending.
I'm
in
not.
like
I'm
using-
not. That's
You are.
fine,
You're
though.
going like.
So
big
sometimes the
words
top
are
half
small.
leans towards the sun, and then sometimes it leans away from the sun. So when your half leans towards the sun, you get more sunlight, and the sunlight hits more directly, and your days are longer. That's summer. When your half leans away, you get less sunlight. The sunlight comes at an angle, and the days are shorter. That's winter. That was like 150 words.
Wobble, 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 wobble. That's your answer? Wobble, wobble?
Did the words wobble ever come out of my mouth?
I can make it simple. It's just wobble, wobble.
Right, I'm making it so
It
I mean
tilts on
that's
its
not. It doesn't
axis.
wobble.
I don't
It's
think there's
tilted on an
tilting
axis.
How
It's
can a
not
sphere
wobbling.
tilt
The
anyway?
Earth does
That's the
wobble
most
actually.
ridiculous
The Earth
thing.
has about 5 wobbles, claimed wobbles. Like,
Cool,
so
but
could you
the
explain
words
how that
wobble
works?
never
How can
came out
something
of
have
the
5
words wobble
wobbles
never came out of
simultaneously?
my mouth.
No, I'm just.
So I was just explaining because when I joined this live, he said, I just explained how time zones and seasons work on a flat earth perfectly, but
What
you
about
guys
time
need
zones?
an essay.
What
Sure,
about
time zones. So it takes 24 hours to spin all the way around once. So when your part of the earth is facing the sun, it's daytime. But when your part turns away, it's nighttime. But the earth is so big that when it's morning where I live, it might be afternoon for somewhere else. Right? I think England is 5 hours behind Eastern.
Yeah.
Or ahead of Eastern. So he's in the morning whilst I'm in the middle of the night. So to keep things organized, people divide the earth into time zones. So it's kind of like pizza, just to really bring it down. It's kind of like slices of pizza. So each slice is going to have a different time zone. So when it's 8 a.m. in New York, it's 5 a.m. in California, right? And the earth spins, and as it spins, different places take turns facing the sun.
I'm glad you explained it. I explained mine. Now, do we have an audience? Do we have a vote? Okay, let's get a vote in here. Which one makes more sense? More sense only. I'm not only. Which one
Okay,
makes more
so
sense?
in the chat, number 1 if you agree with War Criminal, and number 2 if you agree with Reality.
Let's go. What makes
You
more
set yourself up,
sense?
War Criminal. They're gonna crush you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You can do
More
you can
sense.
do
What
you
makes
can do
more
a poll on
Look at all
TikTok.
those twos. Sorry, War Criminal.
I got one. I got a one.
But that's
James
the
agrees
whole.
with
I
me.
just came up here because
I
you're
got a one. I
saying
got a one.
you're saying that like you
all
need
of
a
the
degree
ones.
or it's
See,
so
all
complicated.
of the
What's
ones.
my number?
All of the ones. I'd like you to any of you
What's
to
my
come
number?
up.
One.
Oh, okay, cool.
All of the ones. I'd like any of you to come up and explain to me how Dave McKeegan saw the sun in the south from Chile.
Wait, so can you steal what my explanation is?
What, apparent sun?
What makes
Not
more
really.
sense?
Okay, so
We got Tilton.
I'd like to point out that they
got
all went,
full-
or
full
2
tilt
was the
poker.
majority. 2 won that vote.
All right, you did have a little more juice on that one.
You
but
did
hey,
vote for
you had
yourself. You did vote for yourself,
Hold on
though,
a second.
Coda. You
Hold on
can't
a
do that.
second. Hold on 1 second. You had the government on your side. You had 12 years of indoctrination on your side.
12?
I had nothing.
Do you
I
think
had-
that they were
I had-
teaching
hold
the
on,
globe
hold
for
on.
12
I had
years?
5
Do I look 12
minutes.
to you?
I had
12
10
years.
minutes.
12 years.
So based
Where
on
did you get
votes
12
and
years
time,
from?
Because that's what they taught you in school, my good Brit.
Yeah, but I'm not 12 though. Did my
What
indoctrination
union?
stop
What
after?
years?
They taught me about
eight-
the heliocentric model once in 5th grade. That's all.
Yeah.
Like
Whoa.
I don't think I
Okay.
ever learned about it. They used to hang globes and shit up, but I don't think they ever actually sat us down and taught us about it. They used
Nah,
to
they
say,
did.
This is the
Well, I mean, they
solar
did for
system.
me at least. They'd make us
Well-
make the model of the solar system, remember all the planets, and
Yeah.
they'd explain exactly what Kota just explained, and this is how we know the
Oh.
time zones work, and this is how we know the seasons work. But the problem is that they say it's like for definite, and like this is the issue. Is like at the end of the day, all of us as kids were presented with a worldview, and we weren't giving any possible alternatives. We were presented one as if it was absolute fact.
And that means that it's
And I-
false?
Yeah. Why does that?
No,
Why would
but
that? So
Does
if
it
there's
mean
no
that
other
it's
thing to
Okay,
teach,
no.
That means they were
No, it doesn't.
hiding
If
the truth.
So,
Well,
War
no, it doesn't
Commander,
even
if
mean
you
they were
think that
hiding
it's
the
hiding the truth, then what do you think that they're hiding something about the periodic table?
Potentially,
Yes or
but
no?
Okay.
who knows?
So listen,
I'm asking War Commander.
if it's so ridiculous, though, why not just put it out there? Say, listen,
can you
these
answer my
idiots think
question?
this. They won't even put it out there, though.
Yeah.
Can you answer my
They
question?
actively
So
suppress the information
you just said
from
that
all of us
because
as
they're
kids.
teaching it from a non-critical point of view and they're saying it as though it's fact, that it's, they're hiding something and they're indoctrinating people.
Exactly.
I'm saying,
You hit it
cool,
on the nose.
yeah, right. I just steelman what you said. So tell me what they're hiding about the periodic table, perhaps.
No,
Because
the
that's
periodic
something
table
that's
science. I agree with that 100%.
right, but that's something that's taught
That's not
non-critically
religion. That's
as though
actual
it's
science.
truth.
What we're talking about is religion. I'm
This
saying
is it's physics. It's also science. Hate to break it to you.
You can call it religion versus religion. You believe in the heliocentric model. I believe in the geocentric model. It's
I
just
don't
religion
believe
versus
anything.
religion.
I know.
I think
Yeah, see,
mine
that's
is
the
true.
problem.
And I'm
It's
not
like,
a
You
theist.
don't
You
believe in the
don't believe in
geocentric. You believe
religion.
in the flat Earth, right? You don't just believe in the geocentric model. You believe in the flat Earth.
And
geocentric
hold on, I'll
model.
leave you with this because I have to go. So let me. How hot is the sun? How hot is the sun? No, I'll give someone else a chance. It's fine. How hot is the sun? Number 2.
How hot is the sun?
Yeah, just billions, millions, whatever. How many?
I'm just going to
center-
fly up there with a
I think
thermometer.
it's
hang on.
around the surface is like 5,500 Kelvin or Celsius.
Okay.
Sorry.
Extremely hot, right? So it's just far enough away that it gives us this perfect little 32 to 90 degree, almost on a regular basis temperature, right? It's so hot, yet it's just placed so far. It's perfect, right? Am I right? Shouldn't we all be roasted
We're
or
what-
frozen?
we're
Just
what's
if
called
that
the
sun was
Goldilocks
just a
zone.
little further away, or we were whatever it is,
It's
we
the
should
whole
all
thing
be.
with the Goldilocks zone.
So we're
That's why it's
perfect. Everything is perfect. Can we agree
Sure.
on that? The sun temperature, everything's perfect.
What about
Oh, yeah, I
perfect?
can
It's a
agree
bit
on that.
hot for me at the moment. I'd
Yeah,
rather it
we're
be a
all
few
stuck
degrees.
in this 32 degree, 50 degree, 70 degree, 90 degree little frame, and it's 5,000
Tell that
degrees.
to
a billion degrees.
Antarctica people.
Okay,
Well, no one lives
so
there.
so everything is perfect. Let's just leave it at that.
Other than Antarctica.
Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but I would say very well designed.
It's
Exactly.
ideal. It's
Order.
ideal.
This
It's
is very
ideal.
well. So,
where I
so
was
can
going.
I ask? Do you guys think that God?
Intelligent design.
Hold on. I've got to ask
Yeah.
you this question. Do you guys think that God
And then I got to
designed? I don't care about War Criminal. Fuck off, then War Criminal. Come back another time, right? You keep interrupting me, telling me you're going. Just go. Right?
All right, I'll listen to what you say first.
Okay, so if you think this was intelligently designed and it was designed and we are the master race, the humans, and like everything else is just here for our benefit, right? Why
Yeah.
did they make like, what is it, about 70% of it water?
Can I,
Like,
can I ask you another?
what
Can I
good
ask
is
you
that
one
to
more
us?
question? Why is a giraffe all over the world, just in different languages? Why is an elephant all over the world, just in different languages? We all can agree that's an elephant. In Spanish, call it whatever. In French, call it whatever. But we all know it's an elephant. How does every single person in the world know that's an elephant? Because Adam named all the animals. That's why. Yes.
He had a bit of a shit
right, well-
name, Adam, as well.
Love you too, Britt.
Wasn't very original, Adam, was it? Right, anyway, who else we got in the guest box? Anyone else want to... Oh, by the way, I saw the other day there was a bunch of very ugly virgins rating you out of 10.
I saw that. Someone told me about that. I would have preferred that I was kept in the dark about that, but I did hear about it. It's a little weird. I am 20. I'm like half of their age, but other than that,
Solly gave you
each their
4.
own.
Solly gave you 4 out of 10.
I'm so offended. I've been staying up all night. I haven't slept
know.
well. I really care about what that man thinks about my
Solly's
appearance.
girlfriend is his right hand, so I'm not really sure what he's comparing it to. And Angels of
Oh,
Shite is a
God.
middle-aged virgin that still lives with his mum, so I'm not really sure what they're getting at, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. It's okay.
Fucking hell.
I don't really care.
I thought you'd be crushed by this, right?
I was devastated, but I've coped. Yeah.
They goes, I don't know why Globus speak to her. She ain't even that hot. I'd give her 4 out of 10 myself. That's what I said. Oh, it was very funny. Anyway, who else we got in the box here? There is someone, but I have to click on the box. Does anyone else use TikTok Live Studio here? Because you have to click on the guest box about 600 times for anything to happen. Here we go. There's someone. Hello.
How are you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm always good.
Good. What's your opinion? I think I've seen your name before. I'm not sure we've ever spoke.
I've seen your lives a number of times. I don't know if I've ever come up on your panel. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But no, I know the Earth is a globe shape, just from using everything we can see and measure in nature.
Yeah.
You don't even need, like, somebody's talking about white cloaks earlier. Like, you gotta have
The war criminal wasn't a troll, though. To be honest, I know Gladiator's not a troll. Whatever he's called in this life, I don't know. Why you got a crying face in this one anyway?
It's just a funny picture.
Baller Library. Right, I'm just going to call you Gladiator. It's easier. So, did you want to say anything to Gladiator? Then he's the flat earther on the panel. So, what's your best evidence?
Gladiator?
This guy at the bottom here with a crying
face.
Baller.
Baller. What is it? Baller Library? Is that what it says on there? Well, he I don't know who was talking about the sun's path earlier, but the sun's path only matches a globe-shaped Earth. Just what we can see and measure in nature every day. Because it comes up on the eastern horizon. You see it at the horizon. It goes up overhead and it goes back down. Even if you're a flat Earth believer and you say the sun follows a circular path in a daytime period, in a 24-hour period, it's a circle path, right? That's what somebody was saying earlier. That circle path that we can track from sunrise to the highest point to sunset, it would have to go below your feet at night to complete a circle around you, around the observer. And that can only happen on a globe-shaped Earth or a flat Earth that goes completely dark all at once, that experiences night everywhere.
Going in a circle on top of something flat.
Not from the path we actually observe in nature. No.
Okay, so what is that path that we observe?
Okay, so do you agree that it you see it at the horizon in the morning, right? On the eastern horizon in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yep.
Okay, and then the path would take it up above your head, right?
Yeah.
To midday, it'd be above your head, right? Yeah, it'll be over the top of you, right? All right, and then it goes to the other horizon, right? And if you're going to complete a circle path, everything that we can see from one horizon to the highest point to the other horizon would be half of that circle, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you completed that circle, remember it goes above your head at one point. If you completed the rest of that circle, where does the circle go?
Yeah, it goes around in a circle, like over the top of a coin.
Yeah. So you would agree that, like, the morning point on the eastern part and the sunset part, when it's on the western horizon, they're 180 degrees opposite of each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when it's at its highest point in the sky, the other point would be 180 degrees opposite of it, right? Where would that be?
180 degrees opposite of when it's highest in the sky.
Yes. Where would that be?
Well, that would be like down below, like beneath you. Yeah.
Yes, that's what the path of the sun would show us every day. This is literally what we see in nature.
What you've been told. Like, okay.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not talking about what I've been told. I'm just talking about what I can see in nature and using common sense to complete the circle.
You don't see it underneath.
But I can complete a circle.
But you could complete a circle you could take your finger right now and you could go over to a table.
Let me see. I'll try it right here. I'm going to try to complete a circle that follows the sun's path.
And you're not going around a globe. You're just going around a circle.
No, but see, we have the sun's path that we see in nature. You're talking about doing it above a table. I'm talking about going outside and completing that circle path for the sun that we can see and track and verifiably confirm with everybody around us.
The sun come into our view and then leave our view.
Well, we see it rise, and then we see it get high above us, and then we see it go down, and then we don't see it because the other half of the circle goes below our feet.
Yeah, so that's the crux of this whole argument, is that you've been led to believe that what you're seeing there is the sun either coming up behind or going down, actual physical curvature of Earth, right? When I would propose to you, no, that's actually how perspective and our
Can I just show you something quickly? This is sorry. Well, he's not going to. He's just going to say that the sun is in an apparent position all the time. But this
he was talking about the perspective.
How we actually see.
So I want to see. Hold on, Gladiator. I want to see how you explain this. It's like this flight is in the air right now, from Santiago to Sydney, Australia. Right. This takes 12 and a half hours. It's in the air right now on Flight Radar 24. There it is, right there. It's come from here and it's going to there, right?
Okay.
So explain that to me. You can see where it is. This is being tracked.
Going over the water, right?
Yeah. So on your map or anything like that,
I know, right?
it's gonna be going around where the ice wall is, or whatever you believe. It's never gonna get there in 12 and a half hours. Like if it takes that route.
Why not?
Why not? How big is it? Like how? Like
Did you not know that planes catch jet streams?
what? Both ways?
Yes. Yes. Like this
You don't
is
know how
something-
jet
Both
streams
ways
work,
to make
got
it go 3 times the speed. So you think that
No,
this plane
no.
is going
No, it doesn't have to be
1,500
going
mile
both
an
ways.
hour, both directions.
Yes, planes have been captured to be go like over double their average speed, sometimes even more.
It would need to
When
go
they catch
3
these jet
times the
streams.
speed.
And this is a regular
You
thing.
know
that
they
And
were
why?
happens.
And
Or
why?
the
And why
speed.
would? And
You
why
know
would
that
they
they
do
were-
it?
And also, we're talking about when we're
Like,
going
tell me
over
why
the
they
You know
would
that
do
they
it.
report the speed that they fly at, right?
Yeah. Why on earth would they? If it was flat, why on earth would they fly that way as well? Why wouldn't they just go straight through the centre to make the shortest route, which for you would be a straight line from there
Would
to
be
there?
the shortest route.
So why would they waste the fuel?
Because they're following a GPS which is based upon a globe.
They're going to waste all that fuel. These big, huge companies
The
that
GPS is
to try
based on a globe.
to be in on the lie are going to
when
waste
it's
3 times the fuel to trick people. Are you serious?
I do want to just mention the fact that he did mention that GPS is based on a globe and GPS works, therefore the globe must work.
Yeah.
No.
He did
No.
just say that. If he
No.
that or he's
I said
saying
it
that
was
GPS
based
doesn't
upon and
work.
assumes a globe. If you actually
it's
look
based
into
on a globe-
how
I'm
Oh,
they-
showing you this live flight right now. Why would
It
they take that
works.
route? Why would they take that route? It's insane.
Technically,
You
if
know,
it's based
even
on a
when- you know, even
globe
when you
and
use
it works, then that means that the globe works.
No. Did you know that when you use GPS in a car, like it's not like the route that's set out is like already fixed. It's like constantly updating your location.
I'm really
relative to where you are, like
And
on
it
the
matches
supposed globe
I'm
where
model.
really
I'm at.
curious.
No, because it's making corrective assumptions every single moment. It's constantly
So it's assuming where I'm at?
adjusting. Do you know why? It's because every time we do local measurements of the Earth, we assume it's flat because that's how we measure it. And there's no point in measuring
no.
curvature.
I'm really
That's why when
curious.
they go
I'm
over
really
all
curious.
the
area on the
Hold on.
globe is flat.
surveying
I'm really
data.
curious why you think they would try to trick people by going this route rather than just in a straight line across the top of the flat Earth over the North Pole.
Well, the problem is I don't think, like, when you look at the route of a plane, like on flight radar or something, I
Yeah.
don't think that's necessarily exactly the same route that the plane is actually going in reality.
Because you can't see it.
So
correct?
these are just apparent planes now. Then you're literally telling me that.
Okay.
No,
when it comes to
I'm trying
that, then
say
you
that
don't
the-
agree with the sun's path neither, and you can see the sun's path from horizon to high in the sky and to the other horizon. You can see the sun's path every day, and you don't believe that's the real sun's path either. You think that's a different path.
No, I do think that's the sun's path. I think you have a different interpretation of what it's doing. I think you're thinking.
Wait, but I'm only saying what it's literally doing. I'm not saying. I'm not
but you're
interpreting.
assuming that what you're
Like-
looking at.
I'm not
is it
assuming. I'm
coming
pointing
up
out
from.
what we can verify.
Okay, you can't just
Also,
sense
can
it, bro.
I point something out really quick? Do you if
I
you're
saw you
flying
drawing
from,
a minute ago. What was your drawing? I'll bring it. I'll give
Oh,
you the big
it's
screen.
okay.
Okay.
If you're flying from from Chile to Australia, what direction are you going, Baller?
From Chile to Australia would be what, east to west?
Yeah.
What side's Chile on?
Now, do you know which way jet streams go in the southern hemisphere?
I know that they go specific ways allegedly based on which hemisphere they're in. But
So
that's
they're
not
called
every time.
so they're called the
They have-
westerlies, right?
Yeah, but that's the
what they're
majority.
called.
There
It
have
is
been
every
jet
time.
streams.
So we
there's
can
been
actually
jet streams
Baller,
documented
we can
going
track
the other
this.
way.
We can actually track this. So in the southern hemisphere, they have westerlies, and most jet streams are going to blow west to east when they're from the 25-degree latitude to 60-degree latitude. Now that flight from Chile to Australia is between 30 and 45 degrees south. So they're going to be, and again, they're going from east to west. So they're going against these jet streams, and they're actually going to face headwinds, more fuel burn, and they're going to have longer flight times. The return trip gets helpful tailwinds, which helps it be faster. You can propose jet streams as a method, but
so I
that's
just Googled it and it immediately just said, yes, the jet streams in the southern hemisphere can go different directions.
right. That's why I
Iceman,
said
do you want to jump
mostly.
up here if you got the jet stream? Someone's saying he can show the jet
That's
streams
that's
how
why
they
I
are
said
right now.
mostly.
But I mean,
But
he's saying
again,
that he
still,
doesn't trust the paths.
right, but still, like, again, the fact is, address the actual argument, which is that,
What's the argument?
again, we know what jet streams happen at 30 to 45 degrees south, and they're
Okay.
going from west to east. Those are the westerlies. That's the
And some
region in
can
which
go east to
westerlies
west. Some
exist.
can go east to
But
west.
I'm
So-
telling you, at
That's
that
okay.
latitude, you can just do another Google search really quick since you have it up. Look up what direction do the westerlies go?
No, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying they can go
Okay,
in
great.
the
So
other direction.
they go against the flight, and it would increase
Unless it catches a
flight
jet
time,
stream that's going another direction.
but they don't, because again,
But they
just
do,
do me
'cause I
a,
just-
do me a, but do me
they
a
do.
favor, Baller. You can't live in ignorance all of the time. Look up
just
what
Googled it.
direction.
I think he's thinking
I'll
about
do it.
like
I'll do it
uh,
for you. What direction?
You know how
the
weather
westerlies-
systems
But I
think
didn't
that's
ever
what
say
he's
that westerlies don't go in a certain direction. I don't
So
know.
like
do.
sometimes
But I know
Our
I'm not
prevailing
denying
winds,
it. I'm not denying
westerlies
it.
are
Like, you can't
prevailing winds that
comprehend
flow
it.
from west towards
not-
the east in the middle latitudes of
The
both
problem with you
hemispheres.
is you don't like to listen. You'd like to just
No,
talk.
you just like to deny. So again, you just
But
Googled
I-
something.
okay, but I just said I
Baller,
don't deny what
I'm
you
sorry,
said.
Gladiator, you
I-
just looked something up. I'm telling you to look something else up, and you don't want to for some reason. I'm telling you, westerlies are
True,
prevailing
that's
winds
facts.
that blow from
Hold on a
west
second.
to
Coter, I've got
east.
something to completely. Dave McKeegan's just put a really good point here in the chat here. He said, so why do ships sail the exact same routes? Do they catch a jet stream as well? So ships are literally on the water. What are they catching to go that route? Why are they going that route?
What do you mean? I didn't say the
It
jet
could
stream
almost,
is
it's almost
why
like
they
it's the
go that
fastest route.
Okay. What's your point?
You know my point. That's why you're not responding to it.
So you're saying because ships don't catch jet streams, which are way up in the air, and only the planes can
Yeah.
catch? Like,
Why would ships go that route if it wasn't the fastest route? They're not catching a jet stream.
Yeah. Because they are following the same globe assumptive.
So ships are
GPS
just
model.
for
And
no
they get
reason
there.
going out to the ice wall for the longest
not
route
for
they
no
could
reason.
following an
possibly take.
assumption.
And I also
Yeah, you're just
And they
making an
get there
assumption.
every time. You say they're following an assumption, but they make it to exactly where they're going every time. so they're
Yes,
following
because
the globe
the
assumption,
map
and they
is
make it
assuming a
because it's
globe.
the globe.
They mapped it flat
So,
and they
Guy,
wrapped it around
also-
the globe.
also
Why
and
don't
this
they
they
made
flight-
just
all the-
assume it's flat?
Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
This is important. So someone on my chat has just checked this flight. He's just the flight that I'm showing you, and the speed it's doing at the moment is 550 mile an hour. That's not much of a jet stream there, is it? To be honest.
No.
Okay, I didn't say they were always catching jet streams.
Right, but they never catch
Okay.
when going from east to west. They never catch a tailwind that will allow them to go faster or decrease flight times. That's what I'm
That's
telling
a
you.
claim. That's a claim.
Yeah,
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure I
you
can-
can
I
you can back
understand
that
what-
up by looking it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Baller, what he's trying to say, like they can sometimes go in the other direction. You know how you have weather systems and the jet streams kind of do like loops and stuff? That's probably what he's thinking.
Yeah,
that's
so
Well,
what
but
he's going
westerlies still
that's-
don't go in like that.
that's just
Westerlies
like-
do
Yeah, no one
not
ever denied
flow
that,
from
so
east
try
to
to keep
west.
it
It's
Well,
literally
I'm
just
hoping-
like storm systems.
I'm hoping
So,
that I'm
like,
hoping
he's
that
literally just
Iceman.
calling storm
It's just
systems.
pure denial. That's
So
fine.
Iceman's going to
Basically, yeah.
debunk this right
Like
now.
the sun path. It's kind of like he was denying the sun's path that we
I
can
wasn't
see in nature.
denying it. You just can't understand the concept that what you're looking at might be something
No.
different to the sun coming up from behind a physical
It
horizon.
could be, but I can verify the sun coming up. I can verify the
No,
sun's
how can
observable
you verify
path.
it's what you think is happening? We're looking at
No,
the same thing.
I can measure it.
Okay, what are you measuring specifically that tells you
I can
this
measure
is
the path of the
exclusively
sun
only
across the
explainable?
sky.
Yeah, so you just don't comprehend the possibility that the astronomical observations in the sky could have alternative explanations.
I would if someone could give a
Well, I'm trying to,
coherent
you keep interrupting
alternative
me.
explanation, but you're just telling me there might
I'm
be an
trying to,
explanation that's
but you keep
alternative, but you don't have one.
Okay.
I mean, the
Fine.
fact is, the sun comes up on the horizon, gets the high point, and then goes down. If you complete that circle path, there's no other way to complete it unless it goes below your feet. Period. The one we can track and verify
Okay.
in nature.
Yeah, man. Sure.
So and you agreed earlier that what we see, that half circle, would have to go below your feet, right?
No.
Why not?
Well, I'm trying to explain to you how perspective works and how there's a convergence point. And
I know how perspective and convergence works.
I'm telling you, Thomas, I appreciate your point. Is that you're never going to get anywhere with the sun with these people. They'll just say apparent,
because
apparent,
it's
apparent.
the right?
Yeah.
No, you just don't even want to hear my explanation.
But I can literally. So this flight. So this flight that I'm talking about, you've got jet streams here. So this flight has decided to go into a jet stream that's going against it.
I don't know, man. I'm not. The whole plane flights thing really isn't my strong point. I don't know too much about it. I know that
but I'm not trying.
The explanations that have been given.
This is the thing with flat
that they
earthers.
are catching jet streams, and also they're following.
Hold on.
They're going over the sea a lot of the time, and we
catch
haven't
jet streams. There's no jet streams. The jet streams that they're going with.
So a nautical mile is very variable. It's not like a fixed thing.
The jet streams.
The miles could be wrong. The distances could be wrong as well.
The jet streams that they catch, again, always go against them when they're going from east to west at that latitude.
And we've already established that sometimes jet streams go west to east.
But
only in weather systems.
But Baller, that's only for weather system. You were able to look something up and you believed whatever you looked up. So I'm just urging you to look up what direction do the westerlies go.
Okay, so I'm gonna say for the maybe 10th time that
Go ahead.
never denied that.
Baller, go ahead and look it up.
Listen to my words. Wait,
because again, you're not listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Again, you're saying that sometimes jet streams go in different directions. I don't disagree with that. I know. But westerlies don't go in different directions.
I don't disagree
because
with
that's
that.
why they're called the westerlies.
And I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, okay, great. Then again, at that
literally
latitude, that's
disagree
where the
with that.
westerlies. That's where the
You're saying that
westerlies
you go other
exist.
directions. That's disagreeing.
Your inability to listen is very bad. Like you because
No
you would have
one's.
known.
It's not an inability to listen.
I
If
feel
you
like you
agree with both of
project 10
the,
minutes
if you
that I
agree with
never
both of the
denied
points,
that.
if you agree with both of the points that I made, then there's no way that you can have the opinion that you do that they catch tailwinds, and that's what allows them to go faster. Because again, they would be facing headwinds the entire time.
I think what's frustrating, Gladiator, is the fact that you're sitting there saying, I don't stand by this, I don't know much about this, it isn't my strong point. So can you at least concede that this is globe evidence then? Can you at least, if you can't explain this, and this is, I'm showing you the flight right now, he's showing you the jet streams right now, can you say, I don't know why they would go that way and waste all of that fuel?
I gave some explanations that have been given before.
You didn't, though.
But they're
And
wrong.
I never said
You're
what you guys
backtracking.
are saying doesn't work on the globe. I'm not
You're
saying no, that doesn't work on
backtracking
the
because
globe.
you can't prove it. The
What do you
problem
mean
is
I'm backtracking. I never even
the jet
brought
streams.
up the
The
flights.
jet streams don't reverse direction. Surface winds
I
reverse
never said
direction
I never
and
said
have
the
different
westerlies
directions
reverse
based on
direction,
local
though.
storms. Like Coda was talking about, the westerlies. Those are surface winds, the trade winds. The jet stream at 20 to 40,000 feet at the 250 millibar level, that's a river of air that goes around the Earth, and it goes from west to east. Sometimes it dips. You have a dip in the jet stream when you have large storm. In the U.S. right now, we have a huge heat dome in the west. That's the jet stream rising up, allowing the hot air to come up. And in the east, it's cool because the jet stream is dipping down. It doesn't always go straight left to right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I've got a question for Gladiator, but first I've got to do a couple of super chats here quickly, and then I've got a question for Gladiator here. So let's bring these up. Hold on. I'll be there in a second. So Unfornicated says for the $5. So planes fly faster. Hang on, where is it? I've lost it. I've got to bring it up again. So planes fly faster. Does he have a distance between Sydney and Auckland? I do, and it can be measured with no airplanes. So what do you say to that, Gladiator?
Sorry, say that again. I was away from my phone.
He's got a distance between Sydney and Auckland measured without any planes. Do you know the distance?
From Sydney to Auckland? No,
New Zealand.
I've never gone and measured that. No.
Oh, okay. And then Dan again for another $5 says mules change over water. Is he sure? Dan's obviously walking and typing here. Are you sure I cooked that? Because it can be measured. So he's only sure about that. mules. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyone got any idea? I can't really get him to answer that, Dan, because it doesn't make any sense. Right, so my question, Miles, probably. So my question is to you. So if we're talking about flights and you're just refuting what we're saying, I'm showing you all this stuff. You're saying, yeah, it could be this, could be that. So have you got a flight that proves the flat Earth at all? What's your best flight to prove? What's your best flight, your best evidence flight for your flat plane?
I mean, I don't have any personally, but I mean, the ones that I have seen be brought up is like the emergency landing ones. Like apparently those prove that they're going a certain way, but again, that's
at least
not really something I've looked into
that much. That, right?
What'd you say?
You've been told they prove that, right?
Yeah, just like when you were 5, you got told that the sun is actually stationary as we go around it, but then the sun's actually flying through the galaxy, and you've got no proof of that, but you just eat it up and you believe it.
But I can prove that the sun rises and sets.
I was taught that the sun was moving.
What I just said.
Anyone could prove that.
Yeah, non sequitur. To anything I said. Cool.
I was taught that the sun was also moving.
Yeah, I was taught that as well.
School.
And the way we see the sun move in nature matches a globe.
Yeah, you were taught the heliocentric model, and as
but I wasn't taught that the sun was stationary.
No, relative to us. Relative to us.
Well, you didn't say that. You just said stationary, and now it's hurtling through Earth.
Can I ask you a question about the sun real quick? Just something. You think it moves away and gets closer during the day, right?
Yeah, like we observe.
But I have never observed it move away and get closer because when I measure it, it does not change size. And all things, according to the law of perspective, that move away and get closer will have an measurable angular diameter change.
Unless they are unfathomably far away.
Okay, so yeah, that's your science.
Well, then a change wouldn't have much of a thing. No. But like from rise to set, if the sun has no change in size, so how do you know it's moving away and getting closer?
Okay. Well, first of all, as the sun gets further away from us, you clearly feel the warmth on your body a lot less.
Okay, you say you feel again. I need to verify that it's moving away.
That's globe evidence.
Okay. So you need to verify that the sun, which we see
with measurement,
move over top of us, and leave our field of view. You need to,
because it sets. It didn't get any further away though.
Even in your model, it is technically getting further away.
Yeah,
but not by a negligible amount in my model. So from rise to set, there's no change in that direction.
Okay. Yeah,
you conceding that point? Good job.
No, I said you can because you just made a statement.
I didn't concede that. It's negligible. Yeah, but there's no. We
can give you an actual
measurable change.
We can give you an amount. It's changing, but you can't see it.
Right here.
Okay, so you're
it's not noticeable.
Right here.
The sun we're seeing
12 hours. 12 hours.
But like, how do I verify from rise to set that the sun's moving away and getting closer? How do I verify that? How did you verify it, Baller? You said you know it, so how do you verify it?
I didn't say I know it. I said I see it.
So you assume it gets closer and moves further away.
Yeah.
So
I don't say I know anything.
Really, it's a belief.
Yeah, like your belief.
No, I didn't say
this is a video. This is a 12. Hold on. This is a 12-hour time lapse. This is a 12-hour time lapse, and the diameter is 706 pixels.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how Thomas measured that.
I measured the angular diameter of the sun had no change from rise to set. I also tracked its path every hour to know exactly where it was in the sky, and I traced the half circle path from one horizon to the high point all the way down to the other horizon. Then I completed that circle path and it went below my feet.
Okay.
So where was I wrong?
Okay, so you didn't measure anything. You observed.
I measured
this
the
on your screen.
Diameter of the
Gladiator,
sun.
on your screen. This is measured right now. I'm showing you it. This is 12-hour time lapse.
It's very easy to measure these
say that because he knows he can't refute it.
Listen to what I'm saying. The weird thing
is that flat Earth believers will say you haven't measured things, but I literally measured the diameter of the sun.
No, but measuring the diameter of the
sun every day.
He thinks you have to touch it to measure it.
Hey, you gotta fly over here who could give you an answer. Do you want to hear?
He thinks you have to touch it to measure it. That's his excuse.
Oh, he thinks you have to touch them?
No.
I can measure.
Yo, so then how do you? So
Look
then
at
why
what
is
you
that
guys
a
are
measurement?
doing.
Then?
Walking
You're
over there.
spiraling in a circle jerk right now.
Explain why that's not a measurement.
Okay,
if
well-
you're refuting that you don't have to touch it.
Well, maybe it's been about 2 minutes I've been trying to, but you guys are spiraling.
No, you're not though. Just go ahead and explain how to measure it if you don't have to.
Yeah,
No,
give it.
no,
give
no,
it. Right,
I'm not
Gladiator.
saying-
Gladiator. I'm going to give you the floor for 2 minutes. Everyone else just let him
Yeah, I'm
speak.
waiting.
I'm not saying that measuring.
I haven't said
you're not
anything. I'm
measuring the diameter of the sun, because I'm not refuting that when we look up in the sky, the sun doesn't appear to change in like angular size that much, like you said. Apparently, there's a slight one, right? That is not relevant to the discussion of it moving over top of us, because it's possible. Not even possible. In your own paradigm, you are told that the sun is in an apparent position. We're not seeing the actual location of the sun. So in my worldview, I believe we see the sun in a really apparent position, so much so that it's relative to every single observer on Earth. We all have our own unique view of the heavens above us relative to where we are. So when we see something over top of us, and we're not seeing the actual physical location of it, if we're seeing some sort of like reflection, dome optics,
Okay.
then it's not going to change
I'm hearing-
in angular
I didn't hear
size.
no
Okay,
explanation.
It will
location.
stay- it will
Ignore.
stay the same
Hold on.
angular size.
Hold on. Ignore location, right? So you're telling me that it would just conveniently, apparently, stay the exact same size all day,
Even if it got closer and further.
unlike
we were seeing-
anything else we observe.
Basically
But is
different
any-
from
is there
all other
anything
things in
else
nature. Yeah.
that is
Everything in
more
nature.
incredible than the sun? So you're
can't
saying
answer?
that the sun? So you're
The
saying that
moon
the
also
sun
has
has
zero
to follow
angular
the same
change
properties
in its diameter.
as like
Great
everything
non-answer.
Rise from death.
I'm
That wasn't
trying to
non-answer.
answer,
You're
and there's
invoking
3 of you
convergence
talking
and
over me.
you're
There's 3 of you
invoking
talking over me.
convergence
I
and
just
perspective.
gave. I'm not talking over you. I just gave
No,
you
I'm
the
not
floor
talking about
for like
you.
2
I'm
minutes.
No
talking
one
about
was
the three
talking
on the
over
panel.
you. You answered the question.
Yeah, we
You're
let
doing
you
it
talk
right
for
now.
like
Ask
a
a
long
question.
time.
You're doing it
And
right now.
No, you were
Your
asking us a
answer-
question.
Gladiator,
You
I'll help
finished
you out.
answering your
Hold on a minute,
question.
Coco. Gladiator, Gladiator, are you going to say
Yeah,
anything?
answer.
Gladiator, are you going to say anything other than the sun's magic? Because if you're just going to say that, if you're just going to say that in 5 different ways,
I didn't say the sun's magic.
that's literally what you're
Okay.
saying.
What-
I said we are possibly. This is an explanation I can give.
He's
to what
making
we're seeing.
assumptions.
Yeah, just like your side makes assumptions. That's what's
I didn't
so
make
rich.
any assumptions with everything I said. I never made not one assumption. I
you are
stated that it doesn't
assuming-
change any angular diameter. That's not an assumption. I measured it and verified it. And if you don't believe me, you can go measure it and verify it. The sun doesn't go
Okay.
anywhere every day. It's
I
outside. You can go
didn't-
measure it.
It's the fact that you guys keep
And
saying-
you're saying that what is an assumption? So
Look at that.
do you
Look at
agree
that.
my
I mean, what's that,
measurements
like?
are not an assumption? Yes or no?
So you're just gonna completely walk over what I say.
You said my measurements were an assumption. So is angular diameter measurements
No, I
an
didn't.
assumption,
No,
or
I
is it a
didn't.
verifiable
No, I
measurement?
didn't
Yes or
say
no?
no.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
did
So,
say
deny
you,
it.
so it's not an assumption.
No,
so my angular,
I said you always make assumptions in your worldview. For
but I didn't make any
example,
assumptions.
Before, you're assuming that when you see the sun rise, you're seeing it come up from behind physical curvature. That's assumption
changing
number
it.
I
one.
didn't assume that. I literally watch it come up from behind the horizon.
Okay. So stop right there.
No
We're gonna-
assumption.
Okay, stop
Don't
right
let
there.
him deflect. Don't
Stop
let
right
him
there.
deflect.
No, we're gonna
from
keep
the
on this.
photograph.
We're gonna keep up. So you're saying
Yo, stick
you
with the sun,
literally
'cause
see
it-
it, right? You're seeing. You're
I
literally.
literally
see it.
observe it
Okay,
rising.
listen,
Okay, let him
please,
respond.
give me
Let him
this.
respond.
So I literally do not see or feel the earth moving. Therefore, is that make me right? The earth's not moving?
He's changing the subject again.
Okay. If the Earth is moving is irrelevant to
So
the fact.
you can't answer that question, right? Because you know how
So-
silly.
no,
But
I can
so
li-
don't do that.
Aha.
Don't
He
change. Don't
deflected.
change
There you
the
go.
subject.
I'm
and
not
then
trying to
say,
change the
"Oh, you
subject
can't-"
because-
I'm not
Like,
changing
like you're
it.
just
We're gonna
trying
go back
to
to
change
the
the
sun.
subject.
No. We're going back to
You
the
can
sun.
respond
I'm
to
not
him.
changing
No,
Hold
we're
on.
holding you.
I'm
Whoa,
pointing
whoa,
out
Let me
how
respond to
ridiculous
him.
you're
I got
being.
it.
Ah, one at a time, right? Quickly.
I'm
So,
pointing
so
out how ridiculous
Gladiator,
your line of
Gladiator. I've
reasoning
noticed something. I've noticed a pattern, Gladiator. Every time you get in trouble, you just go back
No,
to
we're staying on the sun.
geocentrism. So
No,
I'm
we're staying
going
on the
to
sun.
grant you geocentrism. Yes, it's
That's what I was gonna do.
geocentric.
Okay.
We're on a sphere,
Okay,
correct?
welcome to the club.
We're on a
No.
sphere, correct?
No. We're
Welcome
gonna
to
stick
the
with
globe.
sun.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna stick with the
Yeah,
sun.
let's stick with the sun and geocentrics. Yes, I will say I will, because I will always say that whether the Earth is moving or not is irrelevant.
How is that relevant?
And
It's the most important aspect of the whole
It's
discussion.
geocentric with
the
the
You're
sun
here,
going
you
around
are
it.
here arguing for flat Earth. That's what you're here
I know.
arguing for.
And I
So,
wanna
so
see-
leave the
globe.
geocentric globe out of it and argue for
No, but I'm
flat
just
Earth.
Let's keep
addressing
talking
it.
about the sun so that you can't deflect and change
Yeah.
the topic.
Okay.
And you try to change it to Earth motion, but like, let's go back to the sun. What we can see in nature is the sun moving overhead. And again, no angular change in size. It comes up from behind and below the visible horizon. And it's to complete its full circle, it has to go below your feet at night. These are facts, not assumptions that nature shows us.
Okay. So that's your
Which one's
assumption
wrong?
on the observation of what you're seeing, and what
Which
my
one's an assumption?
Yeah, that the sun is coming up from behind physical curvature. So my assumption would be that no, actually that's the angular resolution limit of our eye, and when we see the convergence
That's
of
an
the
assumption.
Okay.
Letting
when
it
we
reflect again.
when we see the ground ramp up and the sky ramp down, they meet a center
Ground doesn't
convergence
ramp up.
line, and that's what due to our eyes it does, and that's what
It does
causes.
not.
Okay, so this is what you're doing. You're denying basic perspective. So we see.
You
basic
got with the
perspective
sun.
says that things-
You're literally denying
that move
basic
away-
perspective with the sun.
Literally, the law of perspective says that things that move away will diminish in angular diameter, and things that get closer to you will increase in angular
so there is no
diameter
law- there is no
measurably.
law of
That
perspective.
is literally the law of perspective.
There is no
Now
law of
you're
perspective.
saying you're trying to say that there's a ramping up effect, which is no. That is
There
just you're
is.
looking at a picture and you're saying this ground looks like it
No.
ramps up to the horizon.
No,
That's an
no.
assumption.
Okay,
Because
right
the ground
now-
is level.
Okay,
Thomas,
I'm gonna ask.
not
Thomas,
ramping
Go back
up
to the
right
photo
now
because
to
he
go and
deflected from the
Google
photo.
This isn't.
did
We're
deflect
talking
from
about the
the photo.
sun. Stop saying I'm deflecting and interrupt me claiming I'm deflecting.
But
Like, let me
yes,
get a point out.
you keep saying I'm making assumptions, and everything I've stated was measured.
I got an
Everything
important-
you're saying,
Hold
literally
on.
is
What did I
Gladiator,
specifically
gladiator,
was assumption?
gladiator.
I just want to test if he's actually listening.
Hold on,
Thomas, what did
I'll
you
go-
actually say? What did I say that you made was an assumption specifically?
You said that it rising up from behind and below the visible
Okay.
horizon was an assumption.
Well, assuming that it's coming up from behind physical curvature.
But it is coming up from behind. I can visibly, verifiably
Okay.
measure and verify that with
Even
measurements.
though that's also explainable by the effect of perspective and how we see the world
Correct.
around
It's
us.
not,
We
'cause
have
it
an
doesn't
angular
change.
resolution limit. Okay.
But that doesn't
It
change
doesn't
size.
change in
That's
angular
a
size.
But we've already
major
established that if it's
part
not a
of
physical
perspective.
object and we're seeing the apparent position of it,
Now
then it
you're
wouldn't
assuming
have
it's
to
not a
change.
physical object.
I'm
Imagine
not
how
denying
confusing.
that. I'm
Gladiator.
not denying
How
that.
many things do you have to deny and assume for
Gladiator.
your flat Earth to make sense?
Gladiator.
much?
Imagine how confusing everything would be. Like if you're trying to
Everything.
cross a road and the cars are just the same size
It's
all
not,
the time.
because that's down here on Earth with us.
You wouldn't be able to tell
And
where the car
and
was, would
I
you?
can go up to that car and I can get measuring tape out and I can get inside of the car.
Yeah, but you don't
Can I
need to do
measure
that
the
because you can
angular
tell by the way
diameter
that
of
it's a
the
lot
sun?
smaller in the distance, that it's very far away.
Can I
And
ask
this
you a
is the
question?
problem.
Like with
This is-
everything else.
really is the problem with this discussion.
Baller.
is we've
Baller.
all
I've
been
got a
talking-
super
Can I,
important. I've got the most important question though to ask you, Gladiator. What would you give Coda out of 10?
I don't know. Nothing. I wouldn't rate her.
What? You wouldn't
I don't-
rate
I-
her? What, so you go below 4, like Solly and Angels of Shite?
No, not in
those
that way,
stud
no.
muffins, those fucking sexual, fucking rampant Tyrannosauruses. Solly
Well, I think
and
if they did do that, that's pretty lame and pretty weird. So I don't advocate.
yeah, it is
that.
pretty It is pretty lame and pretty weird, to be honest. But they gave a
Right.
4 out of 10. I'm just saying if you was to go more
Well,
than
you know,
that.
some people on some people's scale, 4 out of 10 is very good. So who knows? But
Respect
would
to
say
you
that-
for not getting involved in that. Right, I've got to quickly super chat. I don't know what this is worth, but this is 100 NOK. Does anyone know what that is? Someone's just given me this, right? NOK, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's Norway, right? So this person has just said, I live just north of Oslo, Norway, 60 degrees north is just down the road here. The sun is never above my head. Closest point is over south of Libya, 2,600 miles south. Right. So
Is
that's
that a
in-
question?
yeah, there's something in an apparent position.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate
Relative
that.
to the observer.
So from what I'm understanding is that flat Earth belief requires lots of assumptions. But for me to think that the sun orbits around the globe, I just watch what it does in nature, and that perfectly matches that.
Yeah, you're right. The sun does orbit around the Earth. So yeah.
Yeah, I can say that. Globe Earth, around a globe Earth.
No. But
because there's no way it could be above a flat plane and set the way we see it do. There's no explanation of it that works in nature.
Haven't looked into.
You can't demonstrate with any kind of laws of perspective an object.
So when we go out
over a flat surface.
when we go out onto a long street, imagine it's a 2-mile long street.
That's on the curve of the earth,
and there's a bunch of lampposts going down.
So
let me see one by one. Look at you can't even entertain it. Like that shows that you're not in a state of listening right now. You're not in a state of listening.
I want to steel man your whole argument.
No, because I was just giving you an analogy, and you.
I know. I want to steel man it because I already know what you're going to say way before you say it.
Okay,
you're going to say, are there light poles setting over the horizon? You see them getting smaller and smaller as the road is longer. 2 miles down there. So you think it's going to set below the horizon? I mean, yes, eventually those light poles will go over the horizon.
No, but what's happening? What's happening? What's happening just even 100 meters smaller? 100 meters in front of you. What's happening?
Further away, their angular diameter diminishes and they look smaller.
Yeah, they begin to sink. They get lower. Specifically, I
just got to address something in the chat. Flurfinator's just said every day you argue with these clowns that give nothing. If you can find some flat earthers that give something, I'll send them this way.
I know, right? But let me just hit his argument right here. He's saying that the light posts look like they're getting lower, but no, technically they look like they're getting smaller as they get further away. So the top of them are all the same height, but they look smaller as they get further away from you. So what you're saying is lower is actually smaller.
No.
The top of it looks lower than the thing in front of it because the thing in front of it is bigger. Like I have a car right next to me, it's real big, but the car behind it is smaller. That doesn't mean it's going down. That doesn't mean it's setting.
It just looks like it's going down, right?
It doesn't even look like it's going down.
Well,
and if you assume it looks like it's going down, then you may not understand perspective, because perspective will let you know when things are further away by how small they are, and when things are closer by them being bigger. So and not by them ramping down or ramping up like y'all like to use these words that don't make any sense. It doesn't ramp up. Nothing ramps down. The ground gets further away. At the horizon, the ground is further away from you.
Do you know what the problem is what you're doing right now? Is like, let's say you're right about this whole wider topic and the globe Earth is true. Yeah, okay. What you're doing right now is denying a thing of basic perspective, which anyone could go and
but I didn't deny any basic perspective.
Or anyone can Google and they can go Google. I'm just
denying
does the ground ramp
understand.
up and does the sky ramp down into a convergence line?
It doesn't ramp down.
You're unable to listen, bro. You're unbearable.
The ground doesn't ramp up.
Yeah, you're unbearable.
It's literally going level out there, and level can follow a curve.
Yeah, you're in a religion. You have no ability to listen to.
I haven't stated any beliefs yet. You're saying I'm a religion.
You're including a dogmatic aura right now. You're like
I'm
acting
literally
like you
talking
have
about
to
nature.
This no, but you're not even letting the opposing person get their point across. And it shows
you didn't have a point. We let you talk earlier, and you did not answer the question.
So
you
your
deflected.
rebuttal to why you're interrupting is you don't have a point. It shows how
you never seem to be fair, Gladiator. I'm all for letting people speak, but you never seem to ever get to your point. You just talk round in circles and never actually land the plane. Like I'm still waiting for your explanation about the flights. You just move on to the sun again. Like,
well, we've been on to
I asked you a question about if there are any flights that support the flat Earth.
And I'm trying to explain
and he never had an answer.
You're trying to deny basic perspective.
You're not denying that the sun changes angular size. Like, what are you talking about?
But no, I'm not.
You said the sun's magic.
That get closer shouldn't change.
We all agree that when we look up at the sun, it seems to stay the same size.
Yeah.
Yes,
same. I just showed you a measurement video for 12-hour time lapse. It does stay the same size.
And that matches the globe. What we see matches the globe model, right? The globe says the sun should not change, yes or no?
Well, you have to add a lot of stuff. The
I'm just asking a question. It's a yes or no.
Yes,
from rise to set, it matches the globe model. Yes. Okay, so what we see matches the globe model.
Okay,
but it
what we see also matches the
flat
model. Well, it does.
But it can't because the way we see it rise and set does not match up any flat models. You can't make that demonstration.
Propagation angles of light would converge down.
You cannot make
bro. When you talk about like a boat going out to the horizon or the sun setting, the bottom would absolutely begin to disappear first. The fact that you
That
guys
happens
still
with the
have to
sun.
deny this, right?
And that happens with boats and stuff too. Yeah, we see all that.
I'm saying hypothetically on a flat Earth model, that would happen the same. It would be the same
Hypothetically,
thing.
so you don't know because you can't show this happening on any flat
I can.
surfaces.
We go out and look at the. We're looking at the same observation.
Okay,
You have
if
no
you're
measurement.
looking at the surface of the Earth
You're
and you're
saying
assuming
I'm
it's
saying
flat, and I'm assuming it's curved, that means there's contention in the surface of the Earth on what it's going over, whether it's curved or it's some kind of optical effect. So you would have to demonstrate an object setting over a flat surface that can be verifiably proven to be flat. Y'all can't do that.
Hold on, someone just pointed something out to me, Gladiator. Someone just pointed out to me that you've just admitted that you have a model. Where's your model? I want to see it.
I want to see it too.
I have a model.
Someone's telling me that you just said that you have a model. So you must have said on my model.
I said in a hypothetical flat Earth world scenario. That's not me
So,
claiming a specific
Flat
model.
Earth is hypothetical.Got it.
Yeah, you can't deny
If
the
you got-
globe
if-
and
you
then
know-
just say, oh, we have
You
a
know
What I
one of
see
the-
in
one of the-
nature
you know, one of the
matches
most,
the
like,
globe model
easy-
perfectly. Not even
one of the most
hypothetically.
easy ways to tell if someone's like being intellectually honest is if they can entertain hypotheticals. So,
But
Well,
we
don't
but
expose
we
myself.
have
We can entertain
data.
hypotheticals, but it can't be shown or proven or demonstrated. Realistically,
we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about an observation of the sun leaving us, and you're saying it goes behind a physical curvature. I'm saying no,
Yes.
this is a result. So you're acting like you've got some different experiment, and I can't bring anything. No, we're talking about the same
you
observation.
can't demonstrate that on a flat surface. The sun setting.
What do you mean I can't demonstrate it? You can
You
demonstrate.
can't demonstrate it on a flat surface.
Yes, you
no
can.
one has demonstrated.
You can go out and
I want to see it.
observe how perspective works
No,
when
show
you
us.
look.
Perspective
Okay.
is the
Gladiator.
bottom
We're gonna have to
bottom
see
first.
it.
So I'll go
You
back to
said
my
you
same
can demonstrate
analogy
it.
of a long street with a lamppost
A long
going down
street.
it,
A street is
one
running
by
by
one,
Earth.
they're going to get lower and lower and lower. Okay.
Listen to the house.
Gladiator. You can't speak about intellectual honesty when you got massively debunked on that flights and you went to the winds and stuff, and then you got disproven on that. You got disproven on the flights. You got disproven on the jet streams, and
I didn't get
you
disproven on
couldn't and you couldn't even say, yeah, okay, I concede this point. Like
What was the specific claim that I should have conceded to?
I said to you, why are they taking this route? That would be impossible to get from point A to point B in 12 hours on the flat Earth if you did that, right? You then said jet streams. You then got disproved by everybody on jet streams. You then just moved on to the sun.
Well, I didn't say
Move
just
back to
that,
the sun.
just a nice straw man.
It's not a straw man. That's
did,
exactly what happened. The whole thing. Anyone
didn't have any other
that's just
explanation.
I
arrived
didn't
and
say
wants to know if
just.
I'm telling the truth. This whole
No, I
thing.
didn't say-
This
I
whole
didn't
thing has
just
been streamed
say
on YouTube
straw
and will
man.
be there forever.
I didn't
Okay.
just say the word straw man and that's it though. Like,
You can't just deny something and then not give a reason why you deny it or provide data that proves why you're denying it. So I can ask you a simple question like, how far is the local sun?
yeah, I've never been there to measure it.
Nobody has ever measured it.
But if you haven't measured
On a
it,
flat Earth.
Yeah.
or any flat earther says they haven't measured it, then you can't deny its distance of 93 million miles, which has been proven
ridiculous.
in multiple experiments.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
Okay, it's ridiculous. Why is it ridiculous? You have to
Okay.
prove why it's
I know. I
ridiculous.
want to hear this.
So you're saying that
You have to prove why it's ridiculous. You can't just say it.
okay. So if I go into a room and there's a bunch of blood all over the walls and a dead body, and I go, there's a bunch of blood all over the walls and a dead body, but I don't know who committed this, therefore there's no point looking into it. The end of story, case closed.
That's not a
That's
good
what you're
analogy.
saying. You're saying
I'm asking you to provide your proof
Okay,
of
well, his-
why.
Would you be
You're
able to
making
say
a
that there was a?
You're
If
making
there was
a
somebody-
positive claim that the sun's 93 million miles away.
Can I?
I'm
That would
challenging
be like someone
that.
walking in the room
I'm
and making
saying,
the positive
how
claim that
did
there's
you
blood
know?
on the walls.
Hold on a second. Right, hold
I'm
it down.
saying, how did
Everybody
you
for
know
a
that?
second. Everybody hold it down for a second. Dan is here. Unfortunately, what did you want to say, Dan?
I want to say yes. It's as my daughter says. It's my typos against the world. It was supposed to be miles, not mules. I mean, I have a few things to say in here, but everyone else seems to be, kind of covering it. I mean, if you want to talk about the distance to the sun, that was measured in the '60s using radar from MIT. Again, not government, from a very large antenna array. I believe it was in Texas at the time. So we know how radar works. We can time it. We know what the speed of light is. We can time it. And the distance that it brought back and the Doppler shift and everything else, we were able to calculate that from the echo that received, it was 93 million miles away. So there you go.
Did you also assume that you're sending it through an empty vacuum of space?
Yes,
Yes,
we did, because
Right,
that's
of
part of
course.
our hypothesis
this is
and
promising.
thing. So if I can bounce radio off of the moon, you have to tell me, because I can send a weather balloon up and I can see that the particles get less and less dense to where it's
Yeah.
pretty much a near vacuum
Right.
before
But then,
it
but then the balloon
explodes.
comes back down and we can't tell what's actually beyond that. So there could be a different type of medium. There could be a type of superfluid. We don't know what's
Again,
actually
you're
beyond that.
Okay, so
You've been
different
told
making a
that
lot
it's
of
a
assumptions.
vacuum of
medium.
space.
Hold on.
Wait, just let me get my
One
point
at a
across.
time, one at a
Hold on.
time.
How comes Razor?
Hold on.
means-
Man.
Let Dan
Hold on.
respond. Let Dan respond.
But I
If
hadn't
it's a
even
different
finished with my
medium,
point.
or if
I
it's
literally
a
hadn't
different
even finished my
medium,
point.
or if it's a different medium or different properties, it's going to cause a reflection, which we don't get.
But you just said you
The same way
bounced a
I,
radio
me,
back.
personally,
You just
can
said that
bounce
you
a radio wave off
reflected
the
a
moon.
radio back, right?
What?
You literally just said we determined the distance of the sun by
Yes.
shooting a radio or whatever at the sun, and it came back to us.
Correct.
Okay, so that's reflecting.
At 93
because
million
it's
miles
physical
away.
If there
light.
was some sort of different medium in there, it would reflect.
Yes, it reflected off the chronosphere, which is a plasma.
Yeah, that's off. Yeah, that proved the 93 million miles. So you're
In the
saying
same
that
way-
if it reflects
No,
off that
because
In the
solid
same way,
object,
I can reflect radio
it was
waves off the
going through
moon
an
and measure that
empty
distance.
vacuum.
Where did the other
You was-
fluff go?
If you're assuming it's going through an empty vacuum, then you're going to get a different type of speed that thing's going at compared to if it was reflecting off a different type of medium.
Okay,
but you're
Unfortunately, all your
assuming that there is
hold on,
another
hold on,
medium.
hold
a
on,
multitude of assumptions baked into it. It's
Okay,
unfortunate.
okay, Gladiator. That's A, part of a hypothesis, and B, here's the thing: when it comes to a refractive index of a medium, I can shoot light through a fiber optic cable, which has a refractive index of 1.417. I know what that is because it's tested. I know that when a light or a radar, anything in EM spectrum hits a physical barrier, it will be reflected based off frequency and everything else. So why does a frequency bounce off the ionosphere in a very slim, small spectrum, and why does another one's not? And why does that frequency range change when we have geomagnetic storms from the sun, when we have coronal outbursts and things like that? We have measured this. I'm assuming a vacuum because if there was a physical medium like a firmament, it would have changed and reflected the signal back down to me and gave me the measurement to that firmament. But since I can do this, since someone already did it to the sun, and thousands of people, including myself, have done it to the moon and verified the distance to the moon, there's no firmament unless that firmament is more than 93,000 or 93 million miles away.
Well, also to support that, if I'm sure as part of their control, they shot the same radio waves
Correct.
or laser, whatever they use, away from the sun.
Correct.
And shown that they didn't get anything back.
No,
Correct.
I'm not saying
and I
that
can
we wouldn't
speak
get
to
anything
my
back.
own, and I can speak to my own moonshot that way because when the moon moved, I can turn around and still point in the same direction, and I lost that reflection. So no, there was no more reflection back to me.
Okay, so you shoot something up at these bodies in a different medium. You're assuming it's a vacuum, so you get a certain result back. It's not hard to comprehend. You haven't verified.
No, it's
that
easy to
the
comprehend. What you're not
space.
comprehending is
Yeah,
any
but
change would cause a reflection. A change in the density of the atmosphere causes a reflection. A change in the density of plasma causes a reflection. If there was any physical object,
is a
whether it be glass,
reflection.
crystalline,
What are you talking
sapphire, or
about?
whatever, it
But-
would cause a reflection. It
Again,
doesn't.
we're doing what he wants. He's forcing us to prove 93 million because
Well, that's the
he has
claim.
no values
That's
or
the claim.
zero experiments.
On that
to prove
note-
a local sun.
Well, the
the
claim's
claim,
been
buddy.
proved. So
That's
I
the
guess
claim.
Globe wins.
On that
But
note, I've got a couple of super chats here, and one of them is addressing that very thing. So we got this from Orion Cooper. Does Gladiator's family let him interact with many people? I get the feeling he's online only to keep him from embarrassing them in public.
Yeah, the nail on the head, buddy.
Fair. So, and Conspiracy Music Studios here says for the €5, if the radar to the sun and back takes 16 minutes, how far would the sun be, dear Fluff? How slow does the radar signal travel in your superfluid?
I haven't measured
Remember, you
it.
have to
Oh, no,
assume
no, no.
superfluid too.
Again, he's invoking variables none of which have been proven, i.e.,
Yeah. That's why I don't assert that they're real. Yeah, that's why I don't assert that they're facts and that they're reality.
Can I mean, I don't know if I'm right about this. I've got a question for the panel.
Your assertions.
I've got a question for the panel because I don't know anything, right? So basically, let's assume that the sun is local and it needs to cover the ground like Gladiator says it does. Would that not create a sonic boom every time it went past?
Oh yeah,
Depending what latitude, yes.
Well, if the sun was within our atmosphere, which I never claimed, and most people don't claim. So
where's the sun?
Wait, where is it? Where is it?
I don't know, bro. I haven't
Oh,
been
you don't
there.
know. But again,
We don't know nothing about the flat Earth model. He's just making assumptions and guesses.
You guys just
What
don't
I'm hearing.
grasp
you
what
don't
our
know
position
anything
is.
about your model.
Every time we ask him a question, his thing is like,
reality.
At the
well, if I assume,
we're not talking about localized science down here on Earth with tangible experiments. We're talking about looking up at the sky and making assumptions and observations, no physical hands-on experiment. We can't go out there and
You're
grab a
conflating
jar
everything
of the
again.
brand
You're obfuscating
Well,
it.
you can- you can measure how everything in the sky
I've
moves.
already
And
addressed.
the way
Just to be funny.
everything that in the sky moves
But-
only matches a globe.
But you know what's
No.
weird? He did say that
No,
there is
no,
a
no.
certain limit that light travels. He hasn't told us what that limit is.
Yeah, what is the limit that light travels?
Because you said that's why the bottom, we can't see the bottom anymore because there's a limit to how far light can travel. Can you tell us that number, please?
No, I said, well, yeah, there's a limit to how far we can see. We can't see.
Oh, how
What's
far,
that
how
number?
far can we see?
I don't know.
What's the, so then how do you know the limit?
Because
So
that's
you're
just-
not very knowledgeable about this
Again,
stuff, are you?
another thing that you're denying.
Okay, so
without
I mean, I've
any
seen
replacement of
things
fact.
go. Okay, so I can literally see something like if I lift up a small balloon and let it go way up in the sky, it's gonna get so far away I can't see it anymore.
Sure,
So-
that's called angular.
That because its angular
Yeah,
diameter
yeah,
diminishes
yeah.
past
Yeah.
your angular resolution limit
But now-
of your
now
own.
you're-
Yes,
now
welcome to
all
Flat
now you're-
Earth.
verifiable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
now you're
welcome to
invoking
Flat
that
Earth.
it gets too small a balloon. That's why you can't
But the
see
sun
it.
never changes size from rising.
Yes,
to
Yeah,
and the
because we're
top
not
of it
looking
is-
at a physical object within the same medium as us. We're looking at a
Top of it
possible
is big.
reflection of an apparent
You're
position of
assuming
the
there's
sun.
a different medium. You're
Yeah.
assuming it that it's not a physical object. You're making
Yeah.
a lot of assumptions,
Yeah,
sir.
Assuming that
yeah,
it's
which
not
I always
actually
preface.
there
I'm not
where you're
asserting
looking
this
at
as
it.
reality.
This is what
like
the flat
your
Earth.
side
This is what the
does.
flat Earth model is.
I'm giving
Flat Earth is
possible
just a bunch of assumptions?
explanations.
Assumptions.
It just
and
sounds like it's a
guesses
bunch
and-
of assumptions
No.
and denial of facts that we can verify.
No. We took the facts that the globe Earth gave us, like the radius
Stop
value of
talking
it,
about the globe Earth.
and we went out and
don't-
we did physical measurements.
talking
of it,
about the
which-
globe Earth.
Obviously, you haven't done any physical measurements. You said you haven't done any.
Me personally, I haven't done any. No.
So,
who
then
has?
you're just regurgitating what other
Yeah,
people
like
have
how
told you.
you're
to think.
regurgitating what you've been told.
But
bro.
I'm not.
Hold on.
I've done physical
You are,
Hang on,
measurements.
hang on,
Everything
hang on.
I've
You are,
stated,
bro.
Hang on.
I've measured.
No, you haven't. You made
Gladiator.
enough
Gladiator.
function
Why is
of
it
an
Gladiator?
observation.
Gladiator, what's your response to this? Right. So on the globe side of things, everybody agrees with each other. So everybody agrees on the
That's
model.
not true.
Everybody. Yes, it is true.
It's
Okay.
Well, then why do you have people proposing different
99%
alternatives
of
to
the
theory
time.
of relativity, specifically
Okay,
modified
okay,
Newtonian
let's-
dynamics,
okay, I'll
which is
put-
at
okay.
the highest level in your
For someone that
scientific paradigm.
whines about not being allowed to speak, I'm just trying to ask you a question, right?
I was answering your
let's.
question.
Yeah, but I haven't finished it yet.
Well,
So
you asked me
let's
a
so
question.
let's just assume that. So if you was to say, okay, not everybody agrees with the globe exactly, right? So do you think the globe side more people agree than what people agree with the flat Earth side on a model? Because none of
absolutely.
you, not only that, none of you will even have the courage to put yourselves behind a model at all. That's how confident you
Yeah,
are in
no,
your
do you
position.
know-
That's
okay.
how confident you all are. Angels of Shite sits there all day, mocking everybody, but will not commit to a model.
that's
Solly
like a personal
will
beef
not
with
commit
him,
to
bro,
a model.
but I'm
Not
not
my model.
these people.
Don't know. You're
Okay,
doing
okay.
exactly the same.
Okay,
right?
Can I explain why no flat earthers claim a model? Would you like to hear why?
Yes.
Because flat Earth is fake.
Oh, so you want to tell me why instead of
No, I want you to tell me.
know
I
why?
want you to
Okay.
tell me.
Tell us
It's
your
because
assumption.
the one thing that all flat earthers do agree on is that we don't believe the globe Earth story we were told.
That's the
So-
dumbest
So you just don't
reply
believe the Earth is a
What
globe.
that
So it's just
comes
globe
with-
denial.
what
But
comes
you
with-
also,
what
but would you concede?
What?
Would you
I
concede,
can't
Gladiator, that you must
hadn't
also
finished my point,
that
guys.
you all agree
I
that
haven't
it's not a
finished.
globe? We get your point. You're just going to say that for 10 minutes, right? We get
No,
that. Everybody
you're
knows
asking why
that
there's
flat
no
earthers
model.
think
You asked-
that.
I was getting into specifically.
Okay,
why we then don't claim a
I'll
model.
give you a minute to say.
We don't then go and claim a model because the whole idea is we took for granted this idea we were given a model. We didn't look into it all. We didn't think about it, and then we turn around and we go, "Oh, we don't believe this anymore. There's refutations to it." So we're not going to then just go and claim some other model which we can't also verify. That's the whole point of this. Is we took a step back and we went, "Whoa, this doesn't look right."
But wouldn't you assume after whatever it is, 10, 12 years of people thinking the earth is flat and pushing it on the internet, Eric Dubay, Weiss, all of these people, Weiss has even got an app with it. This is what makes me laugh about flat earthers. They all buy, I'm not saying you, but a lot of flat earthers buy Weiss's map. They buy his app and they parrot his model to people. Yet when you ask them to stand by the model, because he has got a model, it's on his app, right? He denies it in all conversations, but he's selling it to people. So he stands behind that model.
There's a general idea.
Right. So, but whenever you ask someone to stand behind that general idea, they will not do it. So surely...
Well, no, it's because your side will ask
Present
us stuff
company
like,
included.
how far away is the local sun?
No,
And
you're
it's
changing his question. Let's
you're changing
stop
his
talking
question.
about our side. He's asking you about your side.
Yeah, and I'm
Don't give
responding to
your
him.
reason about what the
And I got
global
about
is.
3 words in before your impulse control issues took over because you're an emotional.
Yeah,
wreck.
because you're deflecting.
Yeah, because you're emotional. You're emotional, bro.
I am
Well, I
because
will
you're
say-
deflecting.
can
It's
I say
annoying
this?
that
Can I
you
say
can't
something real
answer
quick?
a simple question.
Yeah.
You're an emotional child.
What
Yeah, I'm a
Baller
child.
said earlier was basically they don't want to stand behind any specific model, but they do all want to deny the globe.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's
Yep.
just globe denial
That's all
without
it
any
all
any
all
verifiable
flat earthers will
Zero.
say we don't
alternative.
really like the term flat earth, but what we all agree on is that we reject the globe.
It's not a
model.
globe.
Do you know how
Yeah.
ridiculous it sounds for you to say, I don't know what shape it is, but we know it's not a globe?
Yeah, it's
Not ridiculous,
They're
because
too
your
dumb to
side actually gave
realize
us real specific measurements, which then could go and get tested, and were refuted. So not
But
that
we can-
ridiculous.
You can't
Literally-
refute it without data. You can't just refute it.
Yeah, you can't say, "Oh, that's wrong," because someone told you it was
Why
wrong.
is it
And that's
wrong?
what you've been saying.
Okay.
You've been saying the globe model is wrong because somebody else told you that it was
It's like
wrong.
the lowest
No, I
form
Not
of
because you
intelligence.
I looked at the
verified
evidence
anything
presented
being
to me.
wrong.
I looked at the
Yes,
evidence.
you looked at
presented
what
to
you
me.
were told to believe,
For
and
sure.
you believed it.
Absolutely. Spot on, bro.
But I just look at nature, and nature shows
No,
me
I
that
look
the
at
Earth
nature
is a
too.
globe.
Weird how-
I look
Shall
at
I-
nature too, brother.
Shall I tell you why
But
I
you-
think? I'll tell you why I think that you can't agree on a model. None of you. Is because you all know that it's impossible to make it work. So therefore, it puts you at a disadvantage in any conversation to have to back something that you know is impossible to make work. So therefore, you
Yeah,
just
because we don't
you
claim-
just say we're not claiming anything.
Yeah, no, because we don't know the full dimensions of Earth. So why would we present a model?
Why doesn't
as if we
someone?
did?
Why don't one of you
So
brain
then how do you know it's
surgeons
flat?
go measure it?
Okay, so like, do you think your
You
globe
can't know
model
it's
was
flat
just
then.
like made of? No, but we can, because if we
No,
go
you
out,
can't.
and
If
we
you
see-
don't know the dimensions of it, you don't know that if it's up at some
Okay.
point beyond our where we can't go, it starts to curve because you
Yeah,
don't
sure,
know.
it could be a really bigger ball. The problem is that you guys didn't just say it was a globe. You said it
Stop
was a
saying you
globe
guys.
of a specific dimensions and proportions and radius value.
It's
So
been
that comes
measured.
with
Correct.
Yeah,
And I
so
measured
you gave us specific measurements of this globe. That's the issue.
And
Yep,
what
and I
makes you
measured-
think it isn't?
Okay, so when you take those numbers and you go and take an observation, like my favorite one's the Kanagu Mountains, because it's observed by like tourists, like thousands, hundreds of thousands of tourists have observed it because it's a very beautiful view. And it's a place in like the French Alps where we can see this set of mountains called the Kanagu Mountain Range. And I'd have to like back out and go get the specific numbers, but really quickly, the highest peak of these mountains should be hidden by like 32 miles of vertical earth curvature.
Okay.
But they're not.
And you're missing half the mountain. And here's the other thing: is it's obviously
No,
only
you
happening
see the full
twice a
range.
year.
No, you don't.
Can I
You're
finish
lying.
what I'm talking, or you're going to lack impulse control too?
Yeah, it was an interjection.
No, it's impulse control, just like you do everybody else.
Now an interjection's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't go off taking hold of the conversation. I said one word.
So, There's actually someone who actually did the video on this. It says how your refraction would have to work and how the things would have to be for you to see the whole mountain. If you line up using Peak Finder, using a globe Earth, it matches correctly. You're missing most of the mountain. It's based off refraction. For you to claim it's the whole mountain, you have to show us the whole mountain and show what mechanism allows you to do that, because that's more than 30 miles,
shouldn't see
which is
any
what
of the
your
mountain.
eyes can see according to you.
We should see absolutely nowhere near any of the mountain. There should be at least like 30 miles of Earth curvature hiding it.
At least. So in other words, you don't know the number.
So you're
No,
just
I just
assuming
said
this.
before.
Again,
I just said
favorite
before
proof.
that I don't
You
have
don't
the
know
numbers
any
off
of the
top.
numbers.
I just said, see, this is what you guys do. That's called an interruption. Is when you actually try and talk over me. That's not an interjection. That's an interruption. So what
I'm
I
gonna
said
interject.
before, one of the first
He's
things I said
regurgitating.
was that. Okay. So you just show that you're not ready for this conversation.
Simple question.
That's what it really
I
is.
merely interjected with one word.
Yeah.
Why does the light travel this distance?
Oh, so we've gone
here?
off. Oh, we've gone off Kanagu real quick, huh? Yeah, we've gone off Kanagu real quick.
Have you got
All
Kanagu
right,
that you
I'm
can
sorry,
bring
I'll
up?
go back. I'll go
Look
back.
at
You're
that.
right. No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
I just
because
I
you
just
know,
had this.
you know, this one's a death blow. You know it is.
Um,
And you have
why
to
hasn't
explain
that why hasn't
why
that
on
photo
these
been?
specific 2
Why can't you
days
see
a
the
year,
bottom of the mountains?
I'm looking for
because
Kanagu
the
right
bottoms
now.
of those mountains are being blocked due to perspective.
Perspective doesn't block things. It only things get smaller to a point.
That's not true. Things
Show me.
do different
Show
He
me.
things.
doesn't know.
Prove it.
He doesn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
show
know.
me it.
I asked him that earlier, and he couldn't show anything with perspective.
Draw
He doesn't know how
perspective.
perspective works.
On a piece of paper and show me how the bottom disappears.
Yeah, an artist would draw. Like, artists have to know this when they draw. Like, it's a thing. Like, if an artist was up here, they wouldn't deny it. That when they draw
I'm
something
an artist,
in
actually.
the
I draw a lot of
distance-
pictures.
Okay, well, if you don't draw perspective right, your pictures will be
I
shit.
do draw perspective
Like,
right.
not being
My
funny,
pictures
bro.
look great. My pictures look
If
like
you're showing
reality.
something that is further away on the picture, you're going to have the ground ramp up and the sky ramp down in the middle to make a convergence point, right? And now, if you see something
No.
go towards that, yes. If from your perspective, if you were to see like a car or like a boat, the best one is the boat over the water. If you see a boat go far away from you, it's gonna, at first, it's actually gonna look like it goes up towards the horizon, and then it goes to above the horizon until it's on it, like on that specific point.
He's talking about
and
on a sheet
then
of
it
paper.
starts to go down, right?
So on a
This
sheet
is
of
how
paper, it
perspective
will
works. It
appear
goes
like it
up
goes
and
up.
down. It ramps up and it ramps
Yeah.
down.
So what he's saying is on a sheet of paper, it will look like it goes up on the sheet of paper, and then the sky
the
goes
sky
down from the
goes
top of the
down,
paper
so-
to the horizon.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
all
technically
converges.
in real life. In real life, there's no convergence. There's no ramping up and ramping down.
Yeah,
When
it's
I'm
just
looking out here
perspective.
across this field, I just see the field being further away. It's going further away, and the horizon is just really far away from me. It didn't ramp up to the horizon.
No,
It's
no.
just
Objectively,
further in the
right now,
distance. If I go higher, the horizon will be further away because I'm looking further over a curved object.
So that's the Kanagu Mountain. So that's the Kanagu Mountains there, right? So basically, you can see this guy's very, very, very high taking this picture, and most of that mountain is still obscured.
No,
so
but at
that's
that
globe
height,
proof.
No, because
That matches the globe.
You
That
shouldn't
does
see
match the globe.
any of the mountain.
Who told you that?
How high is he here?
globe
Do you think he's on the
measurements, my
ground?
No,
here?
no. Globe measurements didn't tell you that.
Look how high
You
he
were
is.
told that by a specific person.
I can plug it
Yes,
in right
that's-
now. Give me the data. I can plug it in right now.
You don't have the data. He was told, this doesn't match the
I think it's in my
globe.
notes.
And that's what he said. I believe it.
He doesn't. Do you have the data?
What's the observer
He
height
doesn't.
here?
He doesn't know the observer height, I guarantee it.
Like you wanted to
If you
stick
put
on
in
this.
all the heights,
You
and
was
all-
accusing
all the,
people of running from this. I've just brought it on the screen, asked you one question, and you've gone off to Google. You don't know anything about this observation.
He doesn't. It's just regurgitation.
It's a
He's
script.
literally stating what other people have told him to believe. That's why he says it doesn't match the globe math. I was like, did you do the globe math?
That's what's so
No.
ironic. Is like they constantly say you all just do what you all just believe anything you're told, and that's all they do is believe anything they're told.
They're
Like,
literally just regurgitating what they're told. Yeah.
How do you spell that? How do you spell those mountains?
it is. Hold on, I struggled with it as well. So it's CANIGOU.
More than one. The math was done incorrectly. and just to make it look like it doesn't match a globe model, and then they say, look, it doesn't match. But there's just really probably just terrible math done, or improper math using the wrong equations, all kinds of stuff like that. That's the way it usually is. But he is teacupped right now because he has to look up this information.
Well, it's funny you say that, even though the first thing I said when I brought up the Kanagu is that I don't have the specific measurements at the top of my head. Per usual, you guys don't actually listen.
But you brought it up as your hold on a second. Hold on, whoa.
So nice gotcha.
You brought it up as your globe evidence, as your globe killer. And then you said we ran from it. So I've brought it on the screen and you know nothing about it.
What do you mean?
Why did you bring it up?
Because I didn't know the exact observer height, which
then
is
why
you already.
How are we going to talk about it then if you know nothing about that? It's just a photo.
So what's the observer height, then?
My brother.
What's the observer height?
Yeah, it ranges. Do you not know it's not one specific one? It ranges, and it's
one observer.
What's the observer height of the person that took?
What, are you talking about this specific one?
Yes, the one.
How the hell? I didn't bring that one
that's
up.
supposed
There's
to
many
debunk the
different
globe.
observations. How am I supposed to know the one that he brought up?
Okay, but which is
So
the
which
one?
one is the one that debunks the
referring
globe?
to?
Like
Which is the one that you're
Which
referring
one
to?
is the one that you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, which one are you referring to?
All of them, and all observation
Okay, that's
heights,
one of them.
it's irrelevant because they should
That's one of them,
all
so
have-
if you don't know,
they
all
should
of them.
all
Let's
have
do
the
this
mountain
one.
hidden
Let's
by-
do this one
Let's
that
do
I've
this
got on
one.
the
Let's just
screen.
stick
You
to
can keep
one.
just
Let's see if there's any
referencing me.
information.
You can just keep
Man,
talking
instead of
over
straw
me.
manning all of them
You're
into
just
one,
talking over
let's just
me
do
constantly because
Because
you're
you're
afraid of the
not-
conclusion.
Hey, Matt.
You're afraid.
Hey, Matt.
Well, we gotta do the math first to get the conclusion.
Yeah, you're
Matt,
afraid.
take a look. Matt, take a look.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Is this you, Dan? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Here's Peak Finder.
Yep.
That line is where it cuts off at.
Mm-hmm.
What's all
That's
this
globe
down
proof.
here underneath of it?
That's 100% globe proof. That's what
What's
that is.
this?
That's
You don't know
Kanagu.
what this is.
That's Kanagu. And here's Peak Finder coming in. What is all this down here?
Mountain hidden due to perspective.
Curvature.
How fucking hell.
Dude,
But do
curvature.
you understand that you
The
should
curvature?
the tops of those peaks of the mountain should be hidden
Should
by
be
around
visible
32
on the
vertical
globe
miles
model.
of curvature?
No, on the globe model, it says they should be visible. The peak finder
No.
right there is showing it.
No. On the globe model, it says although they are
Who told you
technically-
that? Who told you that they shouldn't be?
Have you gone Google it, bro?
Don't say the
Andrews of
globe
Light.
model because the globe model says they should be able to be seen.
Yeah, due to refraction. That's the official answer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which we have an atmosphere.
Okay, so you guys like going
So you
over
agree
this
with the
thing of like,
refraction?
but you can see the peaks. You can see the peaks. We shouldn't be able to see any of it. And in
You
your
should
own
be able
model,
to, though,
you're
on the globe.
technically
Here's a definition.
On the
seeing it.
globe model, you should be able to see them.
Not the
That's the
actual
problem.
ones.
Yes, the actual ones. You should have a
No.
physical. You should be able to see them with your eyeballs.
No. You're seeing supposedly the refraction of it. You see, you're just ignorant.
Do you
don't know
agree
anything
with
about this.
refraction? Wait. I agree refraction exists and it allows you
Okay,
to see
and the
further
official
over curved
explanation
objects.
for this is refraction.
Allows you to see further over curved objects.
The official explanation
Like
for the
the surface
Kanagu
of the
Mountain
Earth.
observation is refraction.
And refraction allows you to see
Yeah.
further over
Okay,
curved objects.
So for you to sit up here all smug and say no, we're seeing the actual mountains in that instance shows how ignorant
It's
you
still
are,
the actual
right?
mountains.
But that is the actual.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah,
now
so
you're
you just
changing,
told me
you're
to
changing the
change
narrative.
Do you know what refraction
now you're
is?
using refraction.
No,
refraction just brings the actual image back up into view.
Yes.
So
It
refraction
allows you to
is
see
like
further over curved objects.
So,
You,
yeah, it's where
you said
light
we
gets-
can't see this far.
Okay. So we've got.
Hey,
to
we
this
shouldn't be able to
point.
see that far. What's our limit of vision? You never told us.
buddy, chill out.
Exactly.
I know.
Well, I want to see if it.
How can we see from?
I still need to know.
I want to. Yeah, you're freaking out because your religion's getting attacked. Calm down, buddy.
It's right here.
only
Are
one person freaking out.
you gonna go against the definition of perspective?
Why? What did I say that goes against the definition of perspective?
You
Let's
said
see this straw
perspective
man.
is why things disappear bottom first, why we can't see the bottom of objects when they're far away. That's what you said.
Yeah. It's
Now that the
it's a
definition
why.
is in
That's
front
an
of you,
explanation
you're going to
for it, yeah.
deflect from that. But Whatcast
No.
is going to probably clip it and embarrass you.
I'm not going to deflect from anything.
Okay, so does
It's on the screen.
I'll ask you again. Why does the sun disappear bottom first? Or also, why can't we see the majority of the Canigou Mountains.
Wait. And just to expand on that real quick, is the bottom of the mountain closer to us or further than us than the top?
You could say it's closer, but the issue is that what you find closer to the ground is there's more thickness in the atmosphere of gases and whatnot. So that is why things at the bottom tend to lose light quicker than things at the top.
Wait, so now it's not perspective. Now it's gases.
Well, now it's attenuation. Now it's attenuation.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
So is it weird? Okay, wait. Well, we can give you attenuation to an extent, but is it weird that the attenuation that you're talking about as the reason why we can't see certain things? Why does that form a perfect line of what we can and can't see? And that line matches perfectly with the geometry of a sphere.
No, the attenuation isn't what causes the horizon.
No, I'm not talking about the horizon. You said the attenuation is why we can't see the bottom because you're running from perspective because the definition is right in front of you. So now you're saying attenuation, but why does the attenuation? Why does it create a distinct? It creates a distinct line, like the line of the sun setting, the line of the fact that we can't see the mountains.
You're talking about the
from
horizon
a certain
right now.
point.
Yeah, you're talking about the horizon.
The atmosphere doesn't attenuate at a distinct line. It doesn't all of a sudden. It doesn't all of a sudden stop.
I never
attenuating.
said that's what made the horizon.
No, I'm not talking about the horizon.
The sun sets behind the horizon.
You say you're trying to run from the fact that you've been debunked on perspective.
I'm not running from anything. I'm answering.
And now you're talking about attenuation. And now you're trying to use the word
Dan's showing his
horizon.
screen. I'm just going to bring Dan up so we can have.
No, I'm just showing the same thing again because he took a couple other pictures too, and then he went ahead and so the Canigous are just here, and he brings up exactly so it matches, and then he shows the rest of the mountain. Same thing with this picture.
And can you address behind the horizon that the whole top of the peaks should be hidden by way more curvature? You shouldn't even see the tops of the peaks.
If you completely ignore refraction,
exists.
Okay.
Yeah, but we all agree refraction exists, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so refraction allows you to see over the curved object.
Because here's the issue.
There it is, globe wins.
The observation is the issue.
Welcome to the globe.
The issue is the observation is a silhouette of the mountains, and you can't reflect the absence of light, my brother. So it's a bad.
My God, are you really trying to pretend?
That's why we know it wasn't a reflection.
You are angels. You are angels of light's biggest fan.
That's the official story, Thomas. The official story is that it is a
angel
refraction.
script.
You pretend that you don't watch Angels of Light,
but you said
quote
reflection.
him
You can't
word for
reflect
word.
dark.
Wait. So you're saying because
But that's
so
not a
this is funny.
reflection.
Okay, wait,
It's
this is funny.
refraction.
Do you guys rag on?
And light can be
You
refracted.
guys rag on flat earthers for allegedly never being able to agree on something, but then if I say something that another flat earther said, that means I'm just copying a script.
No, I'm not
Like,
saying that.
So there's no win.
You said
right?
to me that you don't watch him and you have nothing to do with
I
him.
follow.
But yet you
Angels of
repeat
Light
everything he says. That's my point.
Maybe there's a way you can check on it. TikTok when someone followed someone. I followed Angels of Light about 2 weeks ago, and you mentioned him many times to me before that.
Yeah, but you are reeling off his script word for word.
I'm not reading off his script.
You are.
You're just
like his script.
what you're running into now is the phenomenon of a community of people having the same idea. Whoa!
Ooh, maybe
so how
maybe one of
ridiculous would
you
it
can
be
make
for
a model.
me to say that you're all just running off a script because you all just agree with the globe model.
Maybe one of you could make a model. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
why can't you gather all
Because
the
we've already
ideas and make a nice
established
model?
that we
Now that
can't
you all
model
agree.
the Earth because
So
that's
you're-
how long
you
did it
ran
take
from
to make the?
perspective.
How long did it take to get the current globe Earth model you have today? How long did it take?
Why are you asking about the globe?
Because you're asking me to make a model, and I'm
But the
asking
thing
you
is,
how long it took to make your model.
Hold on. But the thing
Which,
is,
by the way,
hold on.
you guys didn't make.
Hold
you
on.
guys are just getting spoon-fed it since childhood.
And you've been
You guys
spoon-fed
didn't make
something
any
that
model.
doesn't work at all, and you still believe it.
Hey,
So
I got
who's to come?
spoon-fed the same thing as you.
Imagine being spoon-fed by angels.
Yeah, you've
I,
been.
but I don't get spoon-fed by him.
Who got
angels
You
spoon-fed?
are obviously
every 3
being
bites
spoon-fed
instead
by
of,
somebody because everything you're saying is
get my
basically
information from
verbatim
other
what they
humans,
say.
yes.
Put it this way,
And
right?
it's
Do you know
all
how,
wrong.
hey, Thomas, do you know how information is passed around?
You just
Like, how
said,
well
hold on.
The same way as incorrect information is passed around.
Okay, that's your prerogative.
Oh, hold on. Right. So you just said, how long did it take to get the globe? You didn't even do it. It take ages. Blah blah. Yeah, but you believe that everyone that thinks it's a globe is an idiot that's been spoon-fed and doesn't know anything.
I don't think everyone that believes the globe's an idiot.
The flat earthers are clearly the most intelligent people in the world, way beyond any PhD physicist.
Nice straw,
That's
man.
what you believe.
No, it's not. I never
Okay,
said
so
that all
PhD
globe
physicists are
earthers idiots.
correct and flat earthers are wrong. Yes.
No.
So
that's called
flat
an all or
earthers.
nothing
So flat
policy.
earthers are brighter than
Why
PhD
do globe
physicists.
earthers have to be
Which
so
one is it?
fallacious?
You need to pick.
That's called an all or nothing
No,
policy.
yes. I don't care. It is all or nothing.
Well, you should care about fallacies.
It is all or nothing. What do
You
you
were making
believe?
fallacies
No, it's
earlier.
not.
What do you believe? Do you believe that PhD physicists, all of them, are correct, or that Angels of Light is correct?
Yeah. When specifically
it's an
talking
all or
about
all or nothing
when
question.
specifically talking about the shape of the Earth and the heliocentric model, yes, I believe
it's
the
an all or nothing.
physicists-
So they're
I believe
all wrong.
the physicists who believe in the globe are wrong. Yeah.
Wait,
Right.
correct me.
Okay, we got there.
I'm smarter than
So
them,
because-
and that doesn't mean I think that they're dumb or stupid.
So
don't straw man.
I don't care. You think flat earthers are
Well, that
brighter, correct?
No.
But you think they're right about the shape of the Earth against all of these people.
I just said that just because someone knows something over someone else doesn't mean they're more bright than them. That's an all or nothing fallacy.
If a small group of internet TikTokers have figured out the real shape of the Earth and not one single physicist or scientist in the world agrees with them, that means that those people must think they are comfortably brighter than those physicists, right?
No.
No.
So they have
No.
more information. They have more accurate information, is what you're saying.
I'm
Yes,
saying
that
why
we have more
can't
accurate
I'm
information,
saying
but
in
pertaining
that,
to that
if
specific
that's
subject.
the case, why can't none of them get together and make a model that works?
Okay, again, because that's why then I asked, well, how long did it take to make your model?
Yes,
And
but
the
flat
answer
earthers
is
are brighter. They're much
thousands
brighter.
of years, and
Flat
the most
earthers are
intelligent
much
people
brighter.
on Earth,
It's 2026.
and the most
Flat earthers are
rich
so much brighter,
people-
though. They don't need thousands of years. They've got it all figured out so much brighter. They definitely know it can't be a
Okay.
globe.
So
So
again,
why can't
nice
they make a
straw
model
man.
that works?
I
It's not
never
a straw
said flat
man.
earthers
That
are
is.
brighter, though,
I'll
so
tell you
that
why
is a
this is
straw
not a
man.
straw man.
You're
This is
bad.
not
You're
a
bad
straw
at
man
this.
because this
Like,
is
I'm
your
sorry.
claim. You guys
What's my claim?
think that you are brighter than physicists.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't. Then why have I
Yes.
just said no.
You
Like,
just
what?
you just admitted it. You
I
just
just
said that they are
admitted-
wrong about the shape of the Earth, which makes
That
you brighter than
doesn't-
them.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't
No,
it?
doesn't. No.
Well,
Of
so
course not.
people that are wrong are generally brighter than you.
Okay. People. Okay. So
And
like
there's people
Isaac
in the chat in
Newton-
caps lock writing, yes, we are.
Isaac-
This
Isaac
irrelevant
Newton-
knob in the chat down there is saying that he is brighter than PhD physicists. He wouldn't come up and
Okay.
talk. So flat earthers do think that they are brighter than every
No,
physicist.
that's called a
So wait,
generalization.
So it's not a straw
You're
man. He
talking
just
to me.
proved it. He just
What,
proved
because
I'm
one
not
guy in the
straw
chat
man.
said something else.
Hey,
that
Matt,
we're
if we can
you're
go back
not
to one
talking
thing.
to. You're clutching at straws right now.
Am I?
So
Yeah.
Gladiator has
Anything to
better
not make a
information.
model.
So Matt, Gladiator has better information to us, but yet he thinks that a silhouette doesn't refract because it's an absence of light.
Yeah.
Even though the light rays that are making the silhouette are subject to refraction.
Yeah.
But that's better information.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm going to jump on board that Earth's
Yeah.
flat. I give up.
But that
That
was
was my
another
point
thing.
earlier.
There's another thing that Angels said about the shadows can't refract or whatever because it's an absence of light.
But light
I
refraction.
know. I mean, I googled that whilst
and
I
a
was talking to
silhouette
Angels, and then he just moved on.
How does a silhouette refract?
It's the light rays that are causing the silhouette that refract.
No, it should just refract up the mountain,
No,
not the
oh my,
silhouette.
you do
of the
not
mountain.
understand how light works. You probably should pick a new proof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mountain didn't do very well today.
Well, it did good enough for me, so that's all that matters, really. I'm not here to convince you guys because you
It
guys
did
are
good enough to you,
zealots.
even though I showed
think-
you Peak Finder.
If you're in the chat, 99 people in the chat at the moment. If you're in the chat and you've been convinced by Gladiator today, and you've now a flat earther, type 1 in the chat. If you think he's talking bollocks, type 2 in the chat, just to see how well you've done. Because you might have got a couple, you might have
if I
convinced
get-
a couple of people.
Well, that's all that matters. If I convince at least one.
Two. Well, 1. So you got
Oh, look, there you go. So mission accomplished.
C9
Oh, there's another
someone.
one. There you go.
That's cool,
Mission
mate.
accomplished then.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Bo, I'm
Because
assuming.
the bigger part of
So
it
now,
is,
so
like, it
put
also
type one
showcases
again.
how your side
So type
reacts
one
to
again
the
in the chat. Type one again if you wasn't already a flat earther when you came here today. Let's see how honest you all are. So Bo Erickson wasn't a flat earther. He's came
There
here
you go.
today and been convinced.
There you go.
I don't believe. I bet if I click on Bo Erickson's profile, it's got flat earth evidence on it. I bet. Does anyone want to bet me money about that? No.
If we take
silence.
You know,
we take
because-
one of those responses of the one and another one of the one, and we multiply them. What do we get?
According
Yeah,
to MX Racer 3.
Do you guys want to hear something interesting? Maybe you could like self-reflect on it. Like one of the things I always hear the most is like, of why people who do switch side and stop believing in the globe is because they say that people react in the same way that you guys have reacted when you tackle this topic.
What about
And
Jaren who went
it's
the other
your
way?
specific reaction to it is what makes people go, I should probably look into this because look how emotional these guys are.
No, but I don't get emotional. I
Yeah,
do.
not you too much.
Right, so
you,
listen,
you do crash out a bit.
I don't ever crash out. I say this, and I say this often, and I don't care that nobody agrees with me. Right, on the Globe side, loads of people on the Globe side think I'm a prick, right? Because they don't agree with what I do, because I do it in fun and stuff, and I don't take it too seriously. It's a bit of a laugh, but I'm actually on a mission to create more flat earthers. That's what I'm trying to do because I find it incredibly funny talking to flat earthers. I enjoy it.
And Matt, I agree. Matt, you're a prick.
Yeah, see, there you go. And he's super chatting me 3 times today and still thinks I'm a prick.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say that I think deep down the reason a lot of, you could say there are anti-flat earthers is because this topic does resonate
It's
with
anti.
everyone deep down.
Come on, the word's anti. We're English, not anti. Stop talking American.
Anti.
God damn it, there's anti-flurfs. It's anti-flat earthers.
It is anti. You're right. I was trying to, accommodate to our American viewers.
I mean, most people here might be English. Anyway, look, I've appreciated the conversation today. Thanks everyone to come up. I'm going to jump down there, go and have some dinner and shit. So thanks everybody. Cheers Gladiator. Cheers Dan. Cheers Thomas. And thank you Iceman and everyone else, Coat, or everyone else that was up here earlier on. Adios.
Later.
See you later.
The Globe wins.
Someone always has to get the last word in, right? One for prick. Oh, I'm happy to be a prick. Doesn't bother me. So, that was a laugh, wasn't it? We always have a laugh on there. I don't mind that people, like, I'm quite happy to go against the grain with a lot of people on there because I'm not politically correct on a lot of things I say. They don't like me. They're like, oh, fucking, he's a prick. He doesn't kick people off when they say this, and I don't care. I don't care about any of that shit. I'm here for my own enjoyment. Right, cheers everybody. I'm gonna go do something, and thanks. Oh, have I not done these? Oh shit, sorry. I've got 2 super chats here that I didn't read out. Or is it just 2? I have this modelled out. Where can I join you? I've addressed that. Sorry, Tommy. This is the only way to do it. There's other days that I probably can do it on here, but I wasn't set up to do it today. I was trying to do it with what's his name, Phil Bell, the other day, but he's apparently he's okay. But I'm going to try and get in touch with him. So spoon fed by angels, 1 for me, 1 for you, 2 for me. That's it, brilliant. From Ryan Cooper, 2 for me, 1 for you, 3 for me, 1 for you. I think that's Angels and Solly. But judging on the builds. Solo's Falcon here. That's a Star Wars reference. Says I've seen that it's a globe with my own eyes. I'd love to hear about that. Solo's Falcon, or Falcon, whatever you want to call it. Right, so that'll do. I might come back on. I'll definitely be back on again before Sunday. This is now I've figured all of this out. It's very easy to do, and it's a good way to kill a couple of hours, and people seem to enjoy it. You're getting the numbers back in again, they're going up again and stuff, which is what it's all about. So thanks for all your support. Oh, by the way, somebody bought me a coffee as well earlier, but they just down as somebody or someone they're called, so I can't. But they bought me a beer on there, so I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know who it was, but whoever it was, cheers. I'll see you all next time. Adios.